ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa ma ekene m ọnụ. Ekene nwoke, kene nwaanyị, kene ekwu, kene ibe, kene eze na ọzọ. Kene ụmụ okolo Igbo ji ide ebube, kene ụmụada na ụmụ ọkpụ, kene ndị chie, ndị mbụ na ndị egede anụ Igbo niile. Kene nne m ụlọ Igbo na nna m ụlọ Igbo, afọ m ụlọ ọmụmụ ada mmụọ ekene. Kene anya naanị ụbọchị naanị Igbo ji ide ebube, kene mmụọ onwe ya wahịa ma ya na-ekene mmụọ ya eke. Kene mmụọ ya, kene mmụọ afọ, wee kene mmụọ nkwọ. Kene mmiri niile nọ n'ala Igbo, kene mmụọ onwe ya bụ mmiri. Ana m ekene mmụọ onwe mmiri niile nọ n'ala Igbo. Kene enu, kene anị, kene ezinụzọ. Kene mmụọ niile Igbo ji ide ebube, kene mmụọ na-emere Igbo ihe na mmụọ Igbo na-emere ihe. Kene aja ana Igbo nna, wee kene mmụọ eji wee bibe ana Igbo. Wee kene Chukwu okike abịa ma ezichi m ada mmụọ na-ekene nna m, ana m ekene gị na-ebunye gị elu. Na-asị gị ndo na nke ị na-emela anyị, ndo na nke ka ya emela anyị. Ka otito wee bụrụ nke gị. Ise 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 ise. Ụmụnne m ka eke unu dị, ama na-emekwe. Ọ bụ m Okeke, ezi nwanne m, ekene gị. Aka Chukwu na m, ana m ekene. Ọmarịcha, ekene gị. Nwa eze ada mmụọ na-ekene. Oke, ekene m. Obiọma Chukwu ada mmụọ ekene. Asịka, ana m ekene. Jonathan ada na-ekene. Omiri ada ekene. Ifeanyị Chukwu ana m ekene. Sunday ada mmụọ na-ekene. Nnanụ ụmụnne m, nnanụ onye na-abata ya na-eshi a, onye na-abata ya na-emetụ aka na like button. Onye na-abata ya na-emetụ aka na like button, ya na-emetụ n'aka ya gbasa ozi ịfụnanya.
On 26th of August.
Nwa ụmụnne m, mgbe ebe oge ka anyị pụ ya ọsọ n'ife anyị jiri bịa. Ụmụnne m, ọnụ ya asị ada nke anyị weghachitere this guy back. Yes, eweghachitere m ya back. Ama na ụnụ ma onye ọwụ. Ka m tinye voice ya.
Angeli help mmadụ bunata moto from Biafran soldiers hand because onye a complain on me.
Achọrọ m ka m kpọọ this voice of this guy again ife enwe m ike ikwu ife nchọrọ ikwu maka ya. Ka m kpọọ ọnya ka unu kwucheta ife okwuru maka ndị chezọgoro nenu. Ka unu manụ no, je vais pas, merci. Vous allez me tuer. Merci. So maka ndị echetaghị ka m kpọọ ọnya ka unu chetie. James eze nwanne m nnọọ, ka unu chetie then ka m nwee ike ịgwa unu ife nji wee weghachi ya back.
Done. On 26th of August 2025, Angeli help mmadụ bunata moto from Biafran soldiers hand because onye a complain on me ife nwunye emere ya. Understand? Maka esi wee narị ya ego. Understand? Akwari ya moto ya. Ife a wee wute m. Wee ebe research. Based on no nwebugo commander nke contact before. So mgbe this guy bịazi gbanyere m video onye natara the moto atụkafa ji wee were the moto na cruise with onye so wee notice na ọkwụ kọmanda nke na-acha atụ na TikTok understand so o wee dịrị m so simple by mụnwa ije si ya alfa na m fụrụ so ten na ntụ na nchọ ka detin bie ka ife oge eri biko ọsị m n'ụwa ara n'ebe ọ na ndebere ọ na-etu a wee kwue mụ gwa onye n'obodo ihe oge nyeba onye moto ngwụ ya onye moto si na oge nyeba 100,000 so wee si oke mana onye nwe moto na-atụ ụjọ ịga that place understand but moto gị na nchọ ka okwu bie understand and based on amount publish or something like that of my page understand wee chọọ ka obie ka m record everything dị on air wee chọọ ka wee sị ka m ndaba gị understand on 26th of August 2025 ka m na-aga die ka m ji ga die understand because tomorrow ka ọ bụ today 25th of August na ka m na-record this video against onwere ka o si wee dị in future understand against onwere ka o ji wee dị in future understand m ga-eme video anụma this particular video na m ga-post here understand m ga-post here but ọma post immediately m ga-enye date ọ ga-eji post understand m ga-schedule this video so that ka o post like 4 days na ọ bụla ndị mmadụ na-afụrụ m anya so that ka amara ebe m jebere nye the particular commander na-eje na nke na TikTok handle ya ifo ya OIDC so but na onye m na-ehepụrụ iji bute moto onye nke aka m na-ehepụrụ iji bute moto na-afụ ya TikTok handle ya so ọ ga-adụrụ n'izu recognize things is well ihe m wee post ihe m ji eme this video na ya m na ọbụlọkwa AI ọbụlọ AI na ọmụnwa na-ekwu FCB1 na-ekwu understand so ihe m ji ekwu ihe a bụ ka record ọhụrụ understand based on onwere ife mere tomorrow I'll be ịmago ka obi ebere m and ka ọ rapụ igbu m understand on based on kwa ka m gwakwa mba ụwa na Biafra the sharp lufa kafab onye m chọrọ ka m je record all those things ka m document ya but along the line ife mere ya nwa bụ ihe mere m ji post this particular video. Thank you so much my people. I love you guys. Biko unu soro eziokwu eziokwu ndụ
unu anụ ya ụmụnne m mana onwere ife mere this guy unu ọma na onwere ife mere this boy ụmụ aja unu ọma na onwere ife mere onye a onwedo ebe o jere ma awụ na o jere ọ nataghị unu ọma na onwere ife mere this boy okay agwara m ndị onwere ekwefuru n'ụwa onwere ife zoro ezo onye ọsọ ọgụ si wee zuo onye emesịa eziokwu ya apụta mana ife na-ewute m so much that na that eziokwu ahụ jikọ ya pụta mgbe o kwesịghị ịpụta o tere aka before ọ pụta anybody dey desperate na something desperate onye ahụ can go extra mile ka o wee nweta ife ọ chọrọ enwere ọma na onwere ife mere this boy onwere ebe o jere enwede ihe gbasara ejikwere vuo moto ezu moto onwedo there is nothing like that story. There is nothing like that story. Ngozi Olabeze tweeted this guy. Not a clear. Ngozi Olabeze tweeted Shereka mana moye nwetie. Obi adam mma. Ngozi Olabeze tweeted this boy. Mgbe ahụ o tweetiri ye. Ka o menye onye ahụ ka o menya ka afụ ya because ọnwụ na ụnụ watch ya. This boy particularly anọvụ na anya na afọ na social media. We don't see him. Nobody know him. Nobody know this guy. Even mgbe ahụ ya na Okwuluola ha mere that na ha mere. Nobody know him. O wepụtaghị onwe on a phone. O wee record all the voice. O wee record all voice ya. This guy anọrọ na social media. O nwere ike nọ na TikTok, but nobody know him na TikTok. I nwere ike na afia na TikTok. Ọ na-eme ihe niile ọ na-eme na TikTok, but nobody know this guy. Ngozi Olabeze maka o si nwe access to this boy wee nweta na TikTok. Wee wele picture na TikTok wee tweet ya. Wee did that no there. Now, Biafran army na had to go ready to collect our land. All of us, we hope that na this guy na work with Ngozi Olabeze. Not na Ngozi Olabeze did this thing to bring this guy out. We just say na Twitter. Na Twitter, na Telegram, or called Telegram. TikTok. We baze na page na TikTok. Ne we tegasi even do me blame ne post here. Ne post here. Adam shock today. What is today? This morning I have a call. Oh my God. And we'll just me kucha anything today. But naturally, I make a Biafran malo. This guy ain't with family, no. Ngozi Olabeze this guy will come if I emele me. Here we I just plan to bring this guy down, to destroy image of this boy, to destroy this boy image. Because no one no watch ya. We went away ebe this guy no the time. We went away mgbe this guy pụtara mgbe etinyere 55 million n'isi fa. Adumado nemo na akpọrọ afa etinyere 55 million. I don't want to go too much inside this matter. Until tomorrow, I will come back. You was asking can digest chagodo. But the only thing na chimeko no malo onwe ku family this guy. Nobody hold him. Oh who on all onwe. And all can na YouTube. All can they make program. And no changes the name. Nothing happened to this criminal. Nothing. Nothing happened to this boy. Ngozi Olabeze used this boy to destroy these guys. Ngozi Olabeze used this boy. Yangwa mwego ne Ngozi Olabeze korea. Iji we commit these atrocities. Or commit here. Iji we blackmail with this guy. Because Ngozi Olabeze on there is many of our angels on our social media on TikTok or TikTok, but nobody know them because I don't know how these guys will make with identity here. Not this morning. Oh my God. This guy, Dendo. No wonder. Ndị otu ngozi ọ na-abịa esefe nwere onye na-ekwu okwu ọ dịche ndị nọ na social media because ọnwụ na o nwere ife mere this guy ha ncha niile ya na-ekwu maka ya but nobody speak because they know the plan. Mana agwara m ya dịkwa sure because ife ahụ wishiri onwe ya bịakwutie because ife o wishiri onwe ya nobody wish him. This boy enwere ife mere enu ya ka nsị ka m bịakwa ka m gwa unu ụmụnne m onwekwa ife mere this boy. They use him to blackmail this Keife na na-akpọ ya. They use him to blackmail him. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Because the first time this Keife na na-akpọ ya, she's on a mafia. The first time for ya, that's for 5 million. I use him when my program. Yes, our angel have to speak. Now 5 million is too small. Eating an easy. Oh, is an insult. Now 5 million, the too small. Then after that in Mesle. This one was surface here. After that in Mesle, this one will surface here. Omen 1 week. That picture putter, that guy putter will pam. This one will surface here. Nothing happened to this guy. Nothing. Very familiar. This guy no life. Now watch mono. Now watch everything. It will never be well with them. Onwe ihe ọzọ mma bụ unu now echi niile I will come out again because I will continue the discussion because we finish there. And ask one can be go down for now. Onwe kwe family this boy. Onwe lo odendo. The ifo to blackmail this guy to give them that bad name. Because he watch here somebody kidnap or somebody. Somebody kidnap or somebody. Now one way idea. Oh now AJ through the story this guy called here. Before that story, I won't at all. Or don't stand. If I could call this guy called here, then stand at all. A kidnap somebody. Oh, we will not on a TikTok. Or my the other one. With that TikTok handle. With that the other one. With that TikTok handle. And just today, the person in Nataramoto never says anything. This guy will okubekwe hoku. No kuyawa. Okube hoku. Now, nyama jelina tache meze eche madi kidnap mado. Na ya ransom. Nali ya mochie. Owerezo onye na emezi udo. Were move zie. Koje o negotiate with 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira. Because somebody kidnap mado vudana moto. Yeji we release rig moto. Mana onye nwe moto egwu ekweghị ya eje. But no never negotiate with this guy. When we kill this motor with 100,000. If we slap for 100,000 naira, 100,000 naira. Eba. Nda the mean. Nda the mean. Nda the mean. And if you will me that na it will me over. In fact, I don't know. I don't know. Manu munde masin ka ngwa kuno. Ihe nda ni ne kuya nwoke akwukwele ebe awu okwu asị. This guy enwekwa ebe ohu okwa ewu ọnọ ndụ. Onwekwa ebe o jele. Nothing. 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 Mana agwara m ya dati na o wishiri onwe oye jisi wee bulie. Oye jisi wee bulie. When this guy come out with this video, and Adam Afuzi on social media, I believed him. I believed him. Onulube nwanne agba n'ọsọ o ife men. I don't support evil. Not knowing. Na say no kwazụlụ azụ. Ngozi Olabeze. Ngozi Olabeze. Ngozi Olabeze ụkwa na evil woman. That woman is so evil. Evil nke enwekwe n'ohili. This woman can go now miles. Each way for that no finish the whole Biafra. Igbo especially. Mana gwara m ya si that na ihe na-ebi ihe na-ada. So ife ngwala Ngozi Olabeze. So ya ka ngwala ya. So echi niile ka mma abịazi gwunu the full story about this guy. Who is this guy? True. Owanya ajọ mmadụ ka ọ wee ezigbo mmadụ. Is it a Biafra angel, the real one, or the bad one? I will tell you people tomorrow. Because more wa dandem banandegede. Will come my life for day. All the mama son and all the modern joy my son and all the enjoy. Onwekwene ka o si wee dị as no mistake ka ada ndị mbụ na ndị egedemele mma abịakwa gwakwa unu na ada kwa mistake o and na ndị sorry until echi niile because I chọrọ nke prove olu something which na ha gwara na ya prove me tomorrow. You know that tomorrow prove olu me mana for to gain to go to 100% sure una this guy enwekwa ibe merienu onwe do ebe o jere ihe a wepụtara to blackmail this boy ihe a ji wepụtara to complete their criminality ihe a wepụtara iji wee bring these boys down now mark them back ka the whole Biafrans support or evil support or ife ona na-eme this guy I give him hassle and they have succeeded. Man, I have succeeded. And I have me cook until tomorrow. And I think I'm never go on. Kono blue nuche. And work with family this boy. Yeah, I'll get my husband as I say apart from social media. Yeah, potazna. Or not potazna, not can on social media. Ya can say can make on no matter. Then make one I can go so la base man that na. I am gonna go get me. And they chinine come here with complete information about this guy. Chino Kambia. Man moya fair. Oh my God. Hi. How there you go. Chino Kambia. I just something. Man moya fair mother happy can go see you. don't call your mother. Biko na ụmụnne m before ọgbapụ m n'obi ọnwụ na ị nwere mmadụ na Kano steeti biko gwakwafa fanatawa ebudego ya ibu ụmụ Igbo na Kano steeti
FRNV/CR.
Excuse-moi, Harry, t'es en vacances aux Émirats?
Non, moi j'habite ici.
biko
Ah ouais, mais tu dois avoir
o
un très
nwere
bon
ime
job pour vivre ici, non?
Non, pas forcément, Harry.
Mais alors, comment tu fais?
mmalị
Very, very hot. Abuko very fake and ML.
mana that
A serious
image
guerrilla warfare is still
adịghị
going
mma.
on between the Biafran
That image adịghị mma. O nwere onye m chọrọ igosi unu anyway. Nenu this group and this particular boy onye nke a ka onye nwoke ihe na fine boy o nwekwara another name ya na-akpọkwa ya mana fine boy ka m ji mali and through ọnụ kedu this guy Okurola all this guy so tomorrow ka m ma agwa unu onye dị ife a kedu onye ọwụ exactly ọwụrụ ajọ mmadụ echi niile ka m ma agwa ya unu ọwụrụ ife niile a na-ekwu about this guy because iwe were m ebe ndị anụ ezigbote iwe were m their attitude and everything were m iwe not knowing that na ife a ife ụmụazị adumbo ememe na Telegram and nobody know them. I don't understand. So tomorrow ka m agwa unu onye dị ife a kedu ebe o belong kedu ife ọ na-alụ onwebe anything m ekwu this night until tomorrow and ọnwụ na mmegide investigation mechaa investigation o wee hụ na this guy true na this guy were ezigbo mmadụ ka I will tender public apology to him. Seriously, I will tender seriously apology to him because o nwere ife dị ka nwatakịrị wepụta ndụ ya sacrifice ya for everything tinye ndụ ya na ihe niile atag ya another thing ọnwụ ma oya agbawa m obi mana for now until tomorrow ya ka nsị ka m gosigodi unu ka unu buru ihe eburu n'uche echi niilezi ka m ma akọwala unu about this guy because ife nụrụ tata nsị gị na-ajụ ebe only one destiny for echi niile then ka anyị marazie ndewo na ụmụ Chineke. So for the other guy making sure ọnọ ndụ onwere ife mere onwere ebe o jere nothing then echi niile anyị nweziri ike na mee analysis okwu gasịrị then pinpoint gasịala m ụnụ ebe ọ nọ mee mistake ịma na o nwere ife ya awụ ọ na-eme like this ị na-asị so mgbe olulu echi niile ụmụ aja anyị mgbe olulu echi niile so biko na ụmụnne m o nwere ife m ga-egosi unu na biko ngosi ya unu o nwere ife m egosi unu na ọnwụ na ngosi unu ya wụ ife ọnwụ na nwanne gị ọ nwanna gị nọ ọnwụ na ị nwere mmadụ nọ na Biafra land is better you go for that person mara ebe ọ nọ marakwanụ o asị m onwe nwanne gị nọ na Kano steeti ụmụnne m ọkakwa mma gwụ ya natara na ife njiri anya m fụ na nke awụ ọdụnụ na ọnwụ dat na a na-awụ agbazie egbe asị na ọka agbagbuo onye ahụ otu mgbe onye ahụ anwụọ asị na nsogbu adụ na onye ahụ nwụrụ ọnwụ udo mana nke awụ na nkuwu ka a na-akụwuzi nkuwu n'isi ka a na-akụwu o nwere ndị sendịrị that videos because that videos awụlọ ife mma abịa gosi na ọwụrụ ife mma egosi na social media in fact ọwụrụ ife mma abịa gosi na social media na-atị na awụrụ ọdọọdọ mma ịfụ anya ihe na-afụzi kịta awụrụ ihe a na-afụ anya in fact ọwụrụ ihe a na-afụ anya kana achọrọ m igosi mepee nụnụ destin achọrọ m igosi ụnụ ya otu o si enye m nsogbu ka ụnụ fụ ihe na-eme na Kano steeti ka ihe a na-eme agwara m ụnụ na nke Kano steeti brutal Kano steeti ndị obi dị n'azụ right from the time so ndị ya batakwa ebe ahụ ya join ndị nọvụ anọ ewee nye ahụ mepee nụnụ mbịa ka mbịa na omeni like this o kweghị emepe ọmam ihe ojiji mepe amara m ihe ka ebe si banye na nke a oke abịa na ụmụnne m okweghị emepe ebe a ka nchọ ebe ọzọ mmanụ emepe amara nka m esi gosi ụnụ ihe a amara m ka m esi wee gosi ụnụ ya wụ ihe oke ka m gosi ụnụ like this o kweghị emepe I hope this guy o kweghị emepe ụmụnne m ihe ahụ na Kano steeti ka ọ na-eme ọkụnụfụrụ ihe onye a jide aka ya ka o ji wee kugbusi ụmụazị ebe a ha lụrụ ha dị ka ha dị ebe 8 or 10 hie ha dị ebe 8 or 10 ihe a efula ebu n'aka ka eji wee kugbusi ụmụazị a n'efe ihe a eburu aka ofu onye jiri ihe a wee kugide ụmụazị a wee kugide ha na-ihe obodo aka ka o ji wee kugide ha ncha niile kugbusie ha ncha niile wee wụrụ ndị nwụrụ anwụ sọnsọ ofu nwaanyị onye na ya nụ sọnsọ ofu nwaanyị na-enye ana m achọ ka o mepee mana o kwere emepe na-enye otu a ka esi wee kugbusi ndị a and ndị a dịka ndị na-ebefa na-alụ ọrụ ha dịka ndị na-ebefa na-alụ ọrụ awakpofa ebe ahụ ha dịka ndị na-ebe ha na-alụ ọrụ ọ dịka ma ọ na-enwe connection problem biko ụmụnne m my voice ọ dị clear na biko nyere m aka na comment section my voice ọ na-apụta if not ka I change this thing ka I change no ọ dịka ma ọ na-enwe network problem Ọdụka ma ọ na-enwe network problem. Ọdụka ma ọ na-enwe network problem. Okay, man, ya. So ife ahụ na Kano State and ebe ndị a na-alụ ọrụ ka a wakporo fa wee kpọkọda ha wee were ife a eji atụ isi ife aba na-adị na-eko n'aka wee gbapụ ogbunigwe aka eji wee kurikọchicha ndị a kụgbuo fa n'isi ka ata ga-etiri ha kụgide ha kụgbusie ha ncha niile. So ụmụnne m bikonu ọwụ na ị nwere mmadụ na North ọwụ ọsọnsọ na Kano State ọwụ na ị nwere mmadụ na North, please gwa the person ka ọ natawa. Gwa the person ka ọ natawa. Gwa the person ka ọ natawa. Biko ekwukwa m ya ayọkwa m ya. So n'ọnya ka nsị ka ngwa unu dị n'anya pụọ ọnụ hie unu fụrụ ihe menye nsi nwe ike today. Ya ka mma bịa ịma na my own ndị awụke my problem. Ndị awụke my problem ha na grupu nna agwa unu ya n'elu grupu a echi niile ka mma agwa unu about this ụmụazị ya unu fụrụ hie. Echi niile ka mma agwa unu about this ụmụaka. So asị Ngozi Olabeze na ndị media group ye and nkata niile fakpala bikonu against this ụmụazị ya si na ejikwere jee kidnap mmadụ, si na ejikwere jee ivute moto, si na ejikwere jee ibute moto ọkwụ asị. Ihe ahụ complete asị. Ihe ahụ complete asị. That guy enwere ebe o jere. That guy enwere moto o jeje bute. Nwa na enye unu 100% assurance that na that boy enwere ebe ọ nọ. Ọ ka nọ na social media kana complete kwa kada emekwa his atrocities kama ime that na o change that that's why I say never him come out again, so you can't see him again like this opụta na-ekwu okwu. Never. And that is why ndị otu eji wee jide atin na-eme ife. So ọnya ka nsị ka ngwa unu biko ihe niile ekwuru maka kidnapụkwa ezuo moto ezuru moto ka ejekwa ịnata moto ejeghị ịnata moto ọ natahụ ihe niile awụ babash okwu asị ka ọwụ ezigbote okwu asị ebele ụmụaza Igbo. Because mụnwa onye ya awụ my life that I must clear myself, very important. Because this njem a na-eje awụlọ njem ya anọkete pụta mee ife mebie something. Sọnsọ okwu ikpuru n'ọnụ emebigo nnukwu ife mana gụwa na onwe gị bịazi mezie ya. And echi niile this boy agbagbulu agbagbu. Echi niile ka mma agwa gị mma akọrọ ụnụ kedu ka o si wee mee. Mbụ this nke a edere for RIP which mụnwa na-asị ya may his soul never rest in peace. Let him continue fight this battle and he is going to win. May his soul rest in peace. Now, may his soul not until that age maka ya wee gbuye o ya succeed lele o ya enwetelele ya. Nwatakịrị atara ezigbo afọ mana afụfụ niile ọ tara ya na ya n'iyi because he wuliri that no ya win the battle. O win na ndụ mana o ya win na mmụọ mgbe olulu echi niile ka mbịa. So n'ọnya nwa ụmụaja chere o nwere ka m nwere ihe cover before wepụta ihe nchọrọ iwepụta because o nwere ka nsi wee chọọ isi wee gosi unu ife nchọrọ igosi unu because finally achọrọ m igosi unu mgbe a na-akụghị ihe achọrọ m igosizi unu onwe ka nsi chi isi wee gosi unu achọrọ m igosi unu ị na-ewe ọ dị mma ka m gosi unu like this achọrọ m o nwere ka m esi gosi enwe m nsogbu with YouTube okay ọ dị mma like this ụmụnne m onye niile ahụ fụrụ mkposa ebe a ụmụ Igbo ya na-eme na Kano steeti today onye anyị fụrụ ha ebe a onwe ọzi nke nọ ndụ because before ha ncha niile naanị ejiri ibe a nwoke a bụ n'aka ọwaọkwa ịgba ọnya n'aka o nwere ihe o bụ n'aka wọchị o senyere aka ya elu kurikọcha ha ncha niile isi ya o jiri wee kurikọ ya o nwere ogbugbo ya wee gbuo gị ọkamma na agbara gị egbe nwụọ jezu ike dami ụdị ogbugbu a ka wụ tọchọ ogbugbu and mara na-ekejichara aka na onye nke a fụrụ ebe a nwaanyị onye a the only lady nọ na ya onye nke a na ebe a na and no way ya esi were mara onye ndị ahụ and ha na-egbu ụmụazị a ihe a na-egbu ndị a na-evidie a na-egbu ha na-evidio ha ọnwụ na unu n'anya ihe a na-egosi unu today ka o mee na Kano steeti ka this thing mee so biko onye ọnwụna nwere mmadụ na Kano steeti jee kpọrọ ya and ozu ndị a ayaghị ebutie ozufa ayaghị ebutie ọwụrụ ife ịgba anya mmiri kpụrụ ife ili alịrị dịrị anyị biko ọwụ na ị nwere mmadụ na Kano na ugwu Awụsa as a whole eru na north niile gwa ndị ahụ ha kpọnata ụmụ ha unu ọka mma na ife mere gị na be nna gị damụdịrị ya because ọnwụ na m gosiri ụlọ ọfụma ihe nji sị gị na ndị ahụ ebe a na-arụ ọrụ ka a wakporo fa ha gbale mbut chere ana m abịanụ o nwere ife achọrọ m igosi unu a na-enwe unu ya esi wee fụ na ebe ha na-arụ ọrụ ka agha eji enwetara fa ha gbale mbut ọ ya ka m ji wee because onwere onye ya na-eje n'ilo gbara lembut n'ọkpa na-akpagharị na ine anya ọdụ ka ọfa maka ha na-alụ or something like that ọwụ na ine anya onye nke a na ebe a gbalimbut the other one gbalimbut ọsọ nsọ onye nke a nọ n'ala onye nke gbashu ndị ọzọkwa nọkwa this side gbakwalimbut ọwụ na unu n'anya chere ka nwenyetie ifu na ha gbalimbut ọkwa efu gị mmadụ na-aba onye agbalimbut and ha nwawo ndị nọ n'oche a ka i were fụ na ọdụ ka ọfama ịnanya ọdụ nke ebe a na-akọ ihe adị mmiri obere mmiri zoro ya ji wee gbaa ile mbut ha nwawo ndị nọ n'oche a so ebe fa na-alụ ọrụ emesịa ka mmesendiri ya ụnụ ka ụnụ fụ mmesendiri ya ụnụ ka ụnụ fụ so ọka ka onye ọ na-amalụ ọnwụ na unu na-anya ndị a niile nwere ndụ ahụ mmadụ na-aba ifugodoro kịta ebe ahụ ụlọ ndị ugwu ebe ha na-alụ ọrụ ka abịa jide ha were ibe ejibe atụ ka mara m ya afịa aka ka ngosi unu ife eji wee kugbusi ndị a ana m abịa ka m nwee ike iwepụta ya ọfụma ọsọ ọnwụ na m strowe one even ana m asụ na ofu nwaanyị adịghị ụmụ nwaanyị na-abụ sef ebe a not only one girl, not ụmụ na ofu, and ụmụ nwanyị na abụ, and ụmụ nwanyị na aba ji nwa, ụmụ nwanyị na aba ji kịta nwa jide family ka nje ọrụ bata, ka nje na ọrụ bata ụmụ m ana m abata, esi ụtọ a wee na ndị a niile ndụ ha n'iyi. Ama na ihe a ya apụta, chere ka m gosi ya ụnụ ka ụnụ fụ. Oh my God, ọkwụ na afụ na ihe ma akwa m na ihe ọ pụtala na ife eji wee na ife eji wee kuwa ụmụazị a na enyi adị ọsọ nsọ ofu onye a, this guy sọnsọ nna ya kugidele ndị a kugide kugbuo ha ncha niile, sọnsọ nna ya pụta ihe o bu n'aka, o nwere onye nyere ya aka. Nna ya kugidele ndị a niile, kugide ha one by one, kugide ha kugbuo ha ncha niile, kurikọcha ha ụbụrụ mba onye a wichi ihe o bu n'aka. I will send the video. The only place in send the no to no case in no can send it here. So umunnem owo time na yeji we wake up elugo. Time na yeji we tetola elugo. Man ife de wute mu that na instead ndi Igbo ya unite together. Build one for chele these people. And they use ndu no nuno against ndi bai. A build on a year bagundu black and now fight our people. Now fighting every day. Heavy war nejena Igbo. Heavy war nejena Igbo. And now fighting the Gino and now fighting the bay. All day war. No problem. O nwere ife nchọrọ igosi unu. Na anyị ife mere ebe a. Ịma na anyị egosifugo this thing before. I just go see a gafelo. Mana today I go back for this video. Achọrọ m ka m were m ife a wee gosikwa unu ife na-eme na be anyị. Were nu this thing na-afụ na ihe nwa focus nke na-eme na ana Igbo. Because ife na-eme na be anyị nwere onye na-egosi enu. Because ndị be anyị a na-ebukọrọ na-etuhusi. Egbuchala unu n'ebe a na-atụgbusi ozu ụmụazị be anyị. Na nke m gosiri unu mbọsị a ekpopụtara sign na accident. Emere m ka m gosikwa unu na ife awa ọkwa accident. Ọwa ọkwa accident dị ife a. Ihe awụ ozu ụmụazị be anyị egburu egbu ka ekpopụtara gosi ekpopụtara. And after ka ekpopụtachara gịnị mee achọrọ m igosi unu another thing. Geenụ ntị ebe a ka unu fụ. Achọrọ m ka unu were ntị unu mele oche. Ọwụ na unu n'anya naanị unu ya afụ ọdụ nkọ Igbo na mmụọ oge wee ife a unu fụrụ ebe ahụ. Ihe awụ Igbo na mmụọ oge ka unu fụrụ. Achọrọ m ka unu mata ife mere hie. Geenụ ntị.
Okay, tell us your names one by one.
Innocent Jacob Bolga. Innocent Jacob Bolga.
But one half unu one by one. Achọrọ m ka unu gee ntị hie. But one half unu one by one. Geenụ ntị. Ka mbidokwu ya n'isi. Yawo Igbo ka a gwara gị na ejidere ha Igbo n'aka na na-ege ntị.
Okay, tell us your names one by one.
Innocent Jacob Bolga. Innocent Jacob Bolga.
Oh yeah.
Now Okada.
Don't distract my
Onye asịa no Okada ka ya na-anya. Ọsịa don't distract me. Ni ya na-anya Okada. Geenụ ntị.
You're from where?
I have
Okay, tell us your names one by one.
Innocent Jacob Bolga.
Eh?
Innocent Jacob Bolga.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Kada.
Don't discharge my...
Ibe Peter.
You're from where?
I have some peace.
Okay, you're from where?
I'm from Jos Plateau State.
What's your name? Look at the camera. You're from where?
From Malapo.
Okay, you go. You're from where? Okay, you go.
Chinenye Mwokata.
Eh?
Chinenye Mwokata.
You're from where?
Ngopala.
Eh? You're from where? Okay, you go. Eh? Okay, louder now. You're from where? You go.
Charles Facing.
Eh?
Charles Facing.
Eh?
Charles Facing from Benue State.
Okay, you go.
From Abia State.
Abia State.
Abiri Darlington, Ebonyi State. Abiri Darlington, Ebonyi State.
Okay.
Owu ni watch n'ime mmadụ niile eji ebe a. Sọsọ mmadụ na-abụ. Ndị si onye nke ọzọ si Plateau, nke si na ya na-agba ọkada, and enye onye Ebonyi State. Ndị a niile na-ebe awụ ndị Imo State throughout. Geenụ ntị.
Among the syndicate arrested at Toronto. Not everybody will say, but maybe.
Na ndị ahụ mere arrest na Toronto. Not everybody will say. Not only everybody will talk.
One or two people will just talk.
One or two mmadụ na-abụ mmadụ ofu ya ekwu okwu. Gezie ntị ka ụnụ fọndụ ya ekwu okwu ahụ. N'okwu ife ndị ahụ kwuru.
Before they were arrested and what transpired. Okay, what's your own name?
My name is Ifeanyi Chukwu.
Huh?
Ifeanyi Chukwu.
Okay. Madam, what's your name? Chukwu. What's where are you from?
From Mozart.
Okay. Tell us what happened when after the police did after the Entraco left and what happened, how they came to you and how they instigated you to talk. What happened?
After he
talk broken small. Talk small broken.
After he that day.
Talk small broken, okay.
That day we didn't come Friday, yeah. That even after the incident. So when they in charge of Toronto,
who is that person?
Oga Sare.
Loud as well.
So he measured the video. All we are one
you told us that he forced you to talk. We make no so begin go talk. Let me understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ife onye akwuru kita. He tell us they force you to talk. When on Sonkwa tell you
Asare force you, say me you talk with him. No, talking for broken. People know they hear you.
Say me we talk, say then collect our thing. More everybody when in video talk, say then collect our thing.
Who say me gonna talk like that?
Yeah, Mozart.
Okay. Tell us what happened when after the police did after the Entraco left and what happened, how they came to you and how they instigated you to talk. What happened?
After he
talk broken small. Talk small broken.
After he that day.
Talk small broken, okay.
That day we didn't come Friday, yeah. That even after the incident. So when they in charge of Toronto,
who is that person?
Oga Sare.
Loud as well.
So he measured the video. All we are one and
you told us that he forced you.
He told us he forced you.
To talk. We make no so begin go talk. Let me understand.
Yes.
Asare force you, say me you talk with him. No, talking for broken. People know they hear you.
Say me we talk, say then collect our thing. More everybody when in video talk, say then collect our thing.
Who say me gonna talk like that?
Oga Sare.
Say me gonna talk say enter collect on that thing.
Yes.
You know the reason why Nji webia chihazu na destiny. Achọrọ m igosi unu ka esi egbuchasị ụmụ Igbo.
So that they go protest against Entraco.
And bring them back.
Achọrọ m igosi unu the atrocities na-eje na Igbo ka esi egbu indigenous of ndị Igbo.
Oh yeah,
so na make the time where no so come. You can still repeat the same thing. Someone talk to people collect on that.
Yes, since man we write down.
So
all of us we can't write down with plenty. No bending me.
Okay. So you are from where?
Amozari.
Okay. As you can see, the people were instigated to talk what did not happen, trying to incite members of the public against the Entraco. These people were arrested in a joint operation after they might have been instigated by the man called Asari, who is the leader of the Toronto, wherein thereafter the man, they mentioned his name to be Nonsonkwa, equally came and forced them to say that the Entraco stole their properties, which the woman before the camera has equally said that nobody collected any property from them. This is for the information. This is for the information. For the members of the public to know that they were instigated to talk against the Entraco.
Okay, now, my question, ajụjụ na-ajụ, kedu ife gbasara Igbo na mma oge ekposara wee tinye ha n'iru? Ọnwụ na asa atụwa asị, nwanye ji ime ancha niile interview, kwuchi di Toronto ahụ ofu ebe ọnwa ebe na-abụ Toronto hiri nne. Ihe niile ahụ ifụrụ ya na vidio. Ifụrụ ya na vidio. Otu ha si ji mma egbuke even egburu mmadụ na-abụ. Ma na ajụjụ na-ajụzi, kedu isi ife gbasara na asị gị kwuo na Igbo na mma? Kedu ife gbasara Igbo na ya? Why Igbo ji wee bata na ya? Why mma ji wee bata na ya? Ọ ajụjụ na-ajụ. And ihe awa ajụjụ ndị Igbo kwesịrị ị na-ajụ. Mgbe ọnwụ na anyị fụrụ something, anyị ekwesịghị ịfụ, anyị kwesịrị ị na-ajụ ajụjụ ụmụ aja. Ọ dị very very important. Why Igbo ji wee bata na ya? This guy nọ na this camera wee sị na ndị awụ ndị asị ha kwuo na ezuru foshi. Eme ha arrest. Keke ya esi me arrest. Na ewerezi Igbo na mma oge debezie. Kedizie ka ime oge na Igbo si wee bata na this case? Ada ndị Igbo amaro. And mụnwa chọrọ ịma o. And ajụjụ anyị nwa ndị Igbo ya na-ajụ. Ndị be anyị, ọnwụ na anyị continue na-agba nkịtị, one aka Igbo ya esi were gwa agwana m ụnụ na ndị youth Igbo agwụkwana. Jenu n'ụlọ ụka today. Watcha na ifuru ya afụ n'ụlọ ụka ọsọnsọ ndị nne ka ụnụ na-afụzi. Ụmụ ikorobịa nọzikwa. Ụmụ ikorobịa niile ụnụ na-afụ n'ime ụnụ na-afụ. I don't understand. Our people now keep quiet. Everybody is speaking up. All the countries. As all this thing. Na bambo. Onye ona na bambo na-ekwu. Onye ona na bambo na-azọ nke befa. Mana enwa ndị Igbo gbachala nkịtị. Gba nkịtị, wele nkịtị, gbanyụọ anya, wele nkịtị nyụọ onwe anyị anya. Mpụ a na-eme n'ala Igbo, alụ a na-eme n'ala Igbo, ibe ekwesịghị na-eme n'ala Igbo a na-eme. Anyị agbacha nkịtị. Anyị ekwesịghị ihe na-agba nkịtị. Anyị kwesịrị ịpụta na-ekwu, anyị kwesịrị ịpụta na-eti. Now, a na-fight Biafran liberation ọkwa ya. A na-fight Biafran liberation. Mana a na-fight Eastern Security Network. And the Eastern Security Network, Kwande Fulani, Biafran liberation vow that Rafael on our land. Kandi China Sangolu Nando Chiena Neme. Do you know why? Oh my God.
ESN is on the ground doing the needful. All we are saying that is Fulani must leave our land. This is their house. They are in Biafra land committing too much atrocities, kidnapping our women and our children. So ESN is on the ground today, being the 10th of November 2025, doing the needful. Fulani must leave our land. That is all we are saying. ESN.
Biafra land.
ESN.
Protect Biafra land.
Protect Biafra land.
Yes, sir.
ESN is on the ground doing the needful. All we are saying that is Fulani must leave our land. This is their house. They are in Biafra land committing too much atrocities, kidnapping our women and our children. So,
ebe kodike na criminal terrorist gang group fa so no this tibe our house na nibo ebe mmadu bi and ihe afọ mgbe mmadu tweetele efela na anya ibe our house o nwere onye no hie awuru no house na abo ka e were mezu ari okwu nda nke a house nke akwa ukwa house just
is on the ground doing the needful.
Lady house.
All we are saying that is Fulani must leave our land. This is their house. They are in Biafra land committing
the house again.
too much.
Then the house. Then the house. Ye kwanu na na-achụ ndị ochichi na-asa ngolu. Mana na-achụ Biafra liberation. The out vow that in our land can never go. And actually, Okunu welefo ihe na-emenu. Okwu ya o nsogbu adọrọ ka anyị pụọ ọnụ ka anyị jee n'ebe ọzọ. O nwere ife m na-egosi unu na I want to even make go soon because I want to make go see on all these things. I mention obia had the mumma. Ma like go no fear. Board. Okay. Nenanya onoma otu aka o kwesịrị isi dị na ọnwụ na anyị nwere good governor obodo ọ na ife amelekịta mere obodo ọ na-akpachi.
Same time, there are a lot of questions were raised. That the questions that how do they find their way through the border to Nigeria in the first place before? This is the new development in Kogi as Governor Ahmed Osman Obodo asked the Joint Security to do the needful. And at the same time, there are a lot of questions were raised. That the questions that how do they find their way through the border to Nigeria?
And the man no hot, bring me or I will Nkonabo, Doka equal, well, even Mataporino, na Karaisi, Tuenenu, Uno Nab. Nyan Kekogi.
In the first place, before spreading. Wait, so you actually believe that these bandits kidnapped, built a mud house? This is the new development in Kogi as Governor Ahmed Osman Obodo asked the Joint Security to do the needful. And this is the new development in Kogi as Governor Ahmed Osman Obodo asked the Joint Security to do.
Kogi State and Asukwu Igbo. Ụmụnne nyere na m aka na comment section. Kogi State and Asukwu Igbo. Ahmed Usman Obodo. Ahmed Usman Obodo. Hey! Ụmụnne m biko o nwere ike ọnwụ na Kogi Steeti o nwere ibe obodo ịma na ọ na-ada ebe atayensị. Kogi Steeti. Kogi awụrụ ndị biko nyere na m aka na comment section before akọrọ m gbadobe. Ndị Kogi biko nyere na m aka na comment section. Abụọ. Hey! Omekwe. Hey! Ogini. Unu ewokweni wana nke mama ha ajụọ m ajụjụ. So, nenye the governor enyego order And the young one away Jukulaki Apatown in the governor
to the needful. This is the new development in Kogiti as Governor Ahmed Osman Obodo asked the joint security to do the needful. And at the same time, there are a lot of questions were raised. The questions that how do they find their way through
the governor here? The governor.
The border to Nigeria in the first place before spreading. Wait, so you actually believe that these bandits kidnap build a mud house?
You wake up. This is the time. Manna mi be. Oh, that is new governor made something to save life of Nde Nachi. Oh, but the same governor nke Kogi awu kanke Nachi na south east wo onwere ife dị iche. Ihe ba ya enyekwe nsogbu o mekwe nnọọ. Enweghị m idea o. Ọ na-adọkwa mmọkwa nke a ka a na-asị njefuga amaka ị na-ejefuga ị na-amata ụmụnne m na-ege ntị. So ọkụ unu were na-afụ ọfụgo na ọkụ adịgo ova. Ọnwụ na ọkụ adịgo ova. Nyanwa na onwe eji aka ya pụta na oye build ndu Kogi. These people can never mess up na Kogi because this governor yes single-handed build Kogi nke that nobody ha just weapon na Kogi. Ihe aka mmele spade ka ọ na-eme na ana Igbo. Instead o ya eme na ana Igbo a na-egbu ndị Igbo ndị governor ndị Igbo na senator ndị Igbo a na-egbu ndị Igbo egbu. A na-egbuchasị ndị Igbo. Nsogbu adịrọ agbacha ọsọ agụọ mile. Ọkwa mere ya agụ mile ya agụ mile. One day o nwere ife gbara Chineke agharị. O nwere ife nchọrọ igosi ọnụ. Geenụ ntị ebe a. Mepee ọsịsọ achọrọ nke igbuo m oge. O nwere ife nchọrọ igosi ọnụ. Unfortunate my joy. I nwere m ji si gị happiness m. Normal o kwesịrị ị na-ewe m iwe. Mana ife oji nje ewe m iwe. Ụdatina ife oji ewe m iwe. Ihe na-enye m aṅụrị ụdatina. Ndị a na-egbu ndị be anyị. Like ebe ka odike arịrị akarịa na criminal terrorist gang group fa. Ma nke wee eziokwu. Na ebe ka odike emego ka m bere ivuo. Datina ihe anọ na ala Igbo emewu igbu ndị Igbo. Ihe asaịnụ ụgwọ akwụrụ fa ibu ndị Igbo. Geenụ ntị ka ụnụ ife kumere ebe a. Onye sendili this particular video wee be ka odike. Ọ na-esizikwara m ọnụrụ ife ọzọ o. Mana ọnwụ na ihe nụrụ na this video wụ eziokwu. Onye sendili m this wee ebe ka odike and ama na onye esendikwara ya onowu Igbo. Ma ama ndati na onye esendikwara onowu Igbo this one o. Geenụ ntị ka ụnụ n'ife this man kwuru ebe a.
Chairman of Alamano community in Abobo. Okay. Ị na-akọwara anyị na ihe na-agwa ndị obodo gị, ndị Abobo gị, wu echiwu mbọchị Eke. Onye ọwụla, ma nwoke ma nwaanyị, ma nwata ma oke ọha, were ahịa ha bịawa na Eke. Ọkwa ihe ọwụ. N'aha Chineke, ọ ga-adị otu a. Chukwu Kabiama ga-anọnyere anyị. Ubu ụwa n'ụlọ onu anyị. Hope Uzodimma, we are coming to you. We have come to you for rescue, for help. As a coastman, Zoomers, we are your neighbors. Why kill us all? We are your landlords. Why make us run helter-skelter out of our indigenous land? Have we done anything bad by selling our lands to you? By giving our land to you? Accepting you to be our neighbor? Why have you come and fold your hands and watch Uchenna Okeke send our people out?
Ọdụ nke mmadụ ka a na-eti ibe ebe a na-asa butuo. Ọdụ nke nwere onye a na-eti ibe that place. Anụ nke a na-asa butuo. Chere the boy jiri ike wee cut all the destiny. Geenụ ntị ebe a.
Kenweke, chairman of Alamanu community na Bobo. Okay. Ị na-akọwara anyị na ihe na-agwa ndị obodo gị, ndị Agbobo gị, wu echi wu ụbọchị Eke. Onye ọwụla, ma nwoke ma nwaanyị, ma nwata ma oke ọha, were ahịa ha bịawa n'Eke. Ọkwa ihe ọwụ. N'aha Chineke, ọ ga-adị otu a. Chukwu Kabiama ga-anọnyere anyị. Ubu ụwa n'ụlọ onu anyị. Hope Uzodimma, we are coming to you. We have come to you for rescue, for help. As a coastman, Zoomers, we are your neighbors. Why kill us all? We are your landlords. Why make us run helter-skelter out of our indigenous land? Have we done anything bad by selling our lands to you? By giving our land to you? Accepting you to be our neighbor? Why have you come and fold your hands and watch Uchenna Okeke send our people out? Send our people out. Have you come and fold your hands and watch Uchenna Okeke send our people out?
So maybe Nanda will attack because he watch the guy who caught through the camera by force. So ebe kodike wonye send the menu. So I don't at least ebe kodike jiwe send the me ka often ana itifife or something like that amarom. So say na chie ma at least no jiwe send the in this video. But na munga no nwa happy because munga no nwa mchena ebe kodike anu akwa nde obobu beputara. Ebe kodike afọ protest nde amele. Mgbe wa na akpọ this is mess and edi afọ ọnụ eche na ofu ya mana for ya we send this thing goes in years na ebe kodike ekwetego that na fa na egbu ụmụ Igbo na nkịtị ebe kodike ekwetego na ha na fight Biafran liberation na nkịtị ebe kodike ekwetego na fa na harvest organ ndị Igbo na nkịtị and achọrọ nke o were kwa this thing o sendile nsendele mi onowu Igbo because no Igbo ya na ketelibe so se ego akwụrụ ya n'ụgwọ. Now their chairman apụtago kwuo okwu gwa ndị be ha biko onye ọ na-apụtawa ahịa unu na-anya ife juru ebe ahụ sọ ndị nne na agadi nwoke onwere young people nọ here ụmụ ikorobịa agwụna ndị gbara ọsọ gbapụcha from the community ndị gbapụnwuru n'ọsọ ndị agbapụ n'ọsọ eji wee tụọ mgbere ọga ma ndị egburu n'ike chụkọchara n'ime onunu and onwere onye na-ekwu okwu. Nobody is speaking. Nobody. Ụmụnne m anyị nọ na nsogbu ezigbote nsogbu na nsogbu adịrọ ọkwa ma help ya apụta help will come out one day. Amalọ nke oye esime o ma ọkwa ma oye eme. Oh God, help me. Don't see if I know ya we pele. Onwere okwu one guy kwuru and okwu ahụ pain me a lot. And ihe ahụ kwuru ebe ahụ eziokwu. Chenu ka unu gee ntị.
Are not, in fact, I've checked so many platforms. Nobody is talking about the release of Simon Ekpa in Finland. But first of all, when Simon Ekpa was sentenced for 6 years imprisonment It trended everywhere. When he was arrested, the news went viral now. He went viral. But when it comes in terms of anything about Igbo man, when it comes in terms of anything that will bring down Igbo man, it will trend in so many social media. I don't know what so many Igbo men did to some Nigerians. But to be honest with you, Simon Ekpa assistance, I want to talk about that thing that so many platforms, so many Nigerian platforms, because I saw when so many big platforms in Nigeria, so many social media in Nigeria posted that Simon Ekpa had been sentenced 6 years imprisonment. But when Simon Ekpa were released and settled with $50,000 by the Finland government, none of all these Nigerian platforms, none of all these Nigerian social media carried the news. Why? So I want to bring it to your notice because a lot of people have been saying, is it but when Simon Ekpa were released and settled with $50,000 by the Finland government, none of all these Nigerian platforms, none of all these Nigerian social media carried the
na ndị bloggers ya gịnị mgbe esetụrụ eleliziri ọbata obi kwa ya 50 nne nna na-ege ntị
and settled with $50,000 by the Finland government. None of all, but when Simon Ekpa were released and settled with $50,000 by the Finland government, none of all these Nigerian platforms, none of all these Nigerian social media carried the news. Why? So I want to bring it to your notice because a lot of people have been saying, is it true that Simon Ekpa have been released? We are not getting the news anywhere. We just a fake information. To be honest with you, it's not fake. Because the Nigerian government gave Simon Ekpa an allegation that he's a terrorist. He has been buying people in Nigeria. He has been mobilizing people, causing havoc and causing security in Southeast Nigeria. Now, they arrested Simon Ekpa and they sentenced him 6 years imprisonment. But as of still on that, Simon Ekpa said that no, that if the Nigerian government are saying that this is whom I am, let them bring out their evidence. You know that when you are arrested in abroad, is not the same way in Nigeria. You know, in Nigeria, immediately they don't arrest you. They're not going to even allow you to talk, sir. They don't woz you, design you, carry you, throw inside one prison where you say, now there you go there, just like the way they're actually doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. But any civilized country, a country that has, in fact, that take the procedures of law, a country that respects law and try to put it in practice, whereby everybody has equal opportunity, just like where other people is. So that is when you get to understand how they treat citizens. So, and as it stands, the Nigerian government failed to provide all their evidence against Simon Ekpa in the court. So they have been waiting for Nigerian government to provide the evidence that they tagged Simon Ekpa a terrorist, that he have been using social media platform and mobilizing people for them to be buying people in Nigeria. So Nigerian government failed to provide the information. And that is the reason why Simon Ekpa were released in Finland. And the Finland government compensated Simon Ekpa with $50,000 for arresting him without any reason. So that is it, my people. So it is not a rumor and it is not a joke and it's not a play. You understand? So please do well to share this video, especially if you are an Igbo person, if you're from the Southeast, do well to share this video so that let the Nigerian government be aware that those information they don't want to share in their own platform, we are sharing it. Yes, we are sharing it. And it's just watch the video now. Do well to share and tell us what you think in the comment section. Yes, I say as them go they try to recover them, we go to expose them. No social media will tell you this information I'm telling you now. Please do well to share the video and tell us what you think in the comment section, guys. Thank you. Why is it that the release of Simon Ekpa in Finland is not trending on social media? So many people are not, in fact, I've checked so many platforms. Nobody is talking about the release of
ntị unu jikwere wee mele oche unu jikwele ntị unu wee mele oche na-anụ ihe ndị a na-ekwu ebe a. O nwere onye anyị nwere ike ijoin na ọ dị possible because afọ na nwetago notification na ọ batago mana ha ebidobe ekwuwe okwu. Unu ọma this man a na-ekwu maka achọrọ m this man na-ekwu maka Biafra nke a na-asị na Biafra must also na Biafran freedom next Nigerian destiny onye eme today by 10 o'clock. So enwere m ike
basically the way to do it, and I applaud all the efforts of the community. Biafra is really very, very active here on Twitter. And this is exactly what we need to do, and then to share, to
because if
inform,
I na-ekwu masala
cases, and
Biafra
to
ka ọ
work
na-ekwu
together and to fight
ka anyị
the
join ya na
Nigerian
ka anyị join ya na ya
disinformation
ọ
monopoly, which
na-ekwu
they
maka
have
anyị
basically
nwa
for decades now somehow portrayed
ka
themselves
efu
as a
n'uche
nice
na comment
country,
section ya
but
na m aka.
they are not. And we must tell the world, and we must bypass these official communication channels like you have mentioned, BBC and CNN, and go directly right to the marketplace of ideas, which is here on X. And that's exactly why we are here together, to understand each other better and to build a global alliance of freedom, and Biafra to be part of it. Thanks a lot. Next question.
Chena ka anyị join ya na ha because the thing they very important.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Gunter and Nicole, for the space.
This man
is becoming an international news, and is gathering momentum. I want to thank you for lending your voice to the problem of Biafra. And I'm also grateful to the clarification you made about the importance of government in exile in quest for independence. Thank you so much for that clarification. I want to say that the only solution to the Nigerian issue is disintegration peacefully. And we have tried, we've been calling for referendum to the point that we had a self-referendum, and the majority of Biafrans voted for yes, over 50 million. But I am suggesting now, if Nigerian state is not accepting that referendum, I will suggest that international community will compel Nigeria. Let's have a referendum so that we can separate peacefully. But if this is impossible, the Biafran independence has become irrevocable, and we will fight, but we don't want to fight. So my appeal to international community is to compel Nigeria to organize a peaceful referendum so that there can be a peaceful separation. But if they do not, we have made up our decision, our mind is made up, and it's irrevocable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job.
So you want freedom and independence for Biafra?
Oh yes, I want it now.
Absolutely. Let's work on that one. For freedom of Biafra. Thanks a lot for your contribution. Next question, please.
Good, thank you, Veteran Dragon. The next one is Liatitia. Sorry if I spell it wrong.
Hello, good evening, people.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gunter, Mr. Nicole, and everybody online right now. Okay, right now I'm in Cameroon, and I have a parent who is from Nigeria. So I have dual citizenship, and the issues of Nigeria are currently at heart here. So it's true that Cameroon too has been going through a lot of crisis, but it's not compared to what is happening in Nigeria, because indeed in Nigeria there is a genocide of Christians, and actions need to be taken, and those actions need to be taken now. So what I am appealing actually is that we should strive, we should I don't know, fast forward the processes to make Biafra a republic, because knowing fully the government, the present government of Nigeria, I think by right now they should be hurrying up to quench the issue. They should be gathering all their forces, their tactics, gathering I don't know, a crazy team right now to shun this issue. But the thing is, if we have to act now, and it should be fast. So what are the steps that we are to take right now that can easy fast forward things to go? Because as time is going, I believe the wind will blow and everything will pass. So what are the actions that we can take right now to make things happen? Because it's good to talk about it, but I think actions, demonstrations, concrete things that we can do right now to make things happen are for them to hear us loud and for them to hear us now. Thank you very much.
No, yeah, thanks a lot for the question. One thing is always about resources. States need resources, and new states in a fragile situation when they want to emerge out of other states need resources. I can tell you the history of Kosovo. It's a new state which was recognized in 2008 by about 120 nations of the world, and I know it very well. I worked there many years, and during the time of the apartheid against the Kosovo Albanians, it was like this, that many of them lived abroad. And what they have done is that 3% of all the income which the Kosovo Albanians have earned in Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Belgium, or other countries, or in America, this 3% of the income they were sharing with the exile government and the resistance movement. And then there was considerable resources available to fund the resistance. It was a peaceful resistance, but they were also building institutions, and they were building an exile government, which was then able in 97 and 98, when the going was rough, and they were able to supply and equip also the resistance ultimately. And then they had also the lobbying and the support in the United States to have enough support that when the Serbs then cracked down and started military violence against the Kosovo Albanians, the Americans then helped and sent the tanks and the airplanes to help the freedom of Kosovo. And this is, I think, a most relevant story for Biafra. You need to build similar strong external institutions in order to be ready for the day when there is the necessity to really convince world opinion to intervene to help you. And so studying the role model of Kosovo is very useful. But I'm also interested to ask a question to you, because you are from Cameroon. I hear there is also a movement of independence from Ambazonia, in the north.
No, Ambazonia actually is from the northwest and southwest of Cameroon. You see, Cameroon is a country that has 10 regions. So we have the Anglophone region. They have 2 regions in Cameroon out of the 10. So we have the northwest and the southwest that have been in strike since 2016. And it was also a group that was marginalized. So they tried with the peaceful ways, but as usual with the authoritarian government and the dictatorial government we have in Cameroon, it was not possible for them to have a solution through peace. And as a result, the government used force, they used repression, they used torture as they are used to. And then it resulted later to a crisis that today, up to today, it is not resolved. So, and then we've had elections recently also here again. and this time around, it seemed as if the Paul Biya's regime was not lawfully elected, because we've had a lot of elections fraud, a lot of irregularities, but he was sworn in the other day, and there are citizens that are still fighting for all this that is happening, and it's really something that we are fighting and we are standing against today. So right now, as I'm speaking, the country is restless, people are divided, and a lot of people have been captured. So Cameroon is also going through something, but we pray that the international organizations and body that are involved of humanitarian crisis will finally step in and stop this killing, this kidnapping of people, of political opponents that is happening currently in Cameroon.
Yeah, that's a very tragic situation, and I'm actually very interested. I have called already for ex-Cameroon as well on Twitter last week, and maybe we can also work and we can share more information, because I want to learn more about how to dismantle Cameroon and how to liberate the people of Amazonia and others in ex-Cameroon, and that's something really very important. I think it goes simultaneously, ex-Nigeria and ex-Cameroon, and it is much better if we work together. Thanks a lot for your question.
All right. But concerning Cameroon, it's not. Cameroonians are not much into division currently. What we are all striving for is to get rid of the present president, because we believe he was fraudulently sworn into the palace, which we believe was against the people's voices. So what we want is for the president to peacefully step down due to his age. Cameroon's president is 92 years old and he has been in power for more than 43 years old. So it's a terrible thing that we are witnessing, and we pray, and then we are fighting, we are voicing out our rights, and we believe with the international organization pressures and everything, he will step down. But Cameroon is not really that divided. We just have a minority of people, generally from the president's original region in Cameroon, and they want him to stay in power because of the benefits that they have while he's there. Because obviously a 92 years old man can't rule. A 92 years old man can really direct a country, can really rule matters in a country as it should be. So our plight, our how do we say, our desire is for him to step down, for a different government to step in, because Cameroon is going through a lot of things right now. We don't want division, but we want Paul Biya to step down, and we want that to be in a peaceful way if it's possible. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. I share your call and I understand your pain. And I also want that this dictator, this tyrant will step down and face justice. This is absolutely important. But I warn you as well. Thanks a lot. The situation is as well that, all right, thank you. But the situation is that we have seen in Syria, I was lobbying for 10 years for the fall of Assad, the terrible tyrant of Syria. And then he was falling. And then what we had, the situation is that another terrible man has gained power, and he has been really a disaster for the minorities now in the year of his power. And he has suppressed a lot of Christians, and he has suppressed a lot of people. So I have always called for ex-Syria, for the division of Syria into 5 new states. And I recommend the same for Cameroon. You know, you need really to look into the structural fragilities of your country, and it's not enough just to have one tyrant less, and then you continue, and the next guy comes in and does exactly the same and kills the people and steals everything he can, because he very much inherits the same tools of power which the present dictator has. And so I recommend you ex-Nigeria, ex-Cameroon, the ex-Syria. This is the better way. We need smaller, better working states which are really carried and useful for the people, where there's freedom and security. So please look into ex-Cameroon and see my tweet. I have argued it, I think, very well, what kind of new states can develop out of Cameroon. And please share and please work in that direction.
All right. Thank you for your opinion and for your concern. We are really grateful for the work that you are doing here. And we believe in due time, everything will work out, especially with everybody's efforts and everybody's contribution. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Now another question, please, Nicole.
Thank you. The next one is, we try again, Mr. Snow.
Yes,
Hello.
thank you so
Hello,
much,
Snow.
Nico. Yes, Gunther, greetings from here. And everyone on the space, Minister of Information of the Biafra Republic, greetings from here. Yes, real quick before I go into my question, and I'm only saying this because Biafran relation and Ambazonia is not just that of, it's not just because we're sister nations. We have a lot in common as a people. And I believe that the Ambazonia people have declared their own independence and fighting for their freedom right now, as they're being killed, just the same way the Biafran people are being killed by Nigerian state. The Cameroon Defense Forces are also invading Ambazonia. So I believe there is need for a split in the Cameroon territory. You know, I understand what our sister is saying. Everybody has their opinion. But I believe that Ambazonia is fighting for their freedom just like Biafra is. Now, to my question, Gunter, you have knowledge, vast knowledge on geopolitics. And so I want to ask you this. Is there any country in the world that that in your knowledge recruits known terrorists into their defense architecture?
Yeah, Syria. Syria is a very bad example for that because they have recruited even a terrorist as a president. And so that's a really very bad example. But
Okay,
on a other case, and it's actually by Syria must be dismantled. And we also need to dismantle, of course, Nigeria, because it's absolutely outrageous what the Nigerian government is doing with this terrorist. They have recruited for the security forces, and then they are killing Christian people who are basically who are their citizens. And no state is allowed to kill their citizens in that situation. And so absolutely a state which does that, like Serbia was doing that to the Albanians, they were their citizens and they killed them. So once a state does that, the state loses the legitimacy to govern this state and these people. So you are absolutely justified in going for independence when that's happening.
So if a country recruits terrorists into their security architecture, that makes that country a terrorist nation, right?
I would not say that automatically, but it depends also what these people then doing in their state function. If as part of their new state duties, they are committing atrocities and genocide, then it's going in the direction of a genocidal state, and then the legitimacy is lost. Absolutely.
Okay, so I asked this question because I wanted to point it out here, right on your space, that Nigeria has more recruited terrorists in all their security architectures. And to me, that makes Nigeria a terrorist state. So when people hear us describing Nigeria as a terrorist country and a terrorist state, these are the factors that makes us describe Nigeria as a terrorist state. My other question I wanted to ask you, you've already addressed it, and that is the importance of people understanding the value and the need for anybody who is fighting for independence, especially from a terrorist country like Nigeria, to have a government in exile. So I appreciate you for addressing that. And for those who are listening, for those who keep asking questions about Biafra Republic government in exile, maybe now you can take a leap from the conversations today and go and read on your own, research and understand what a government in exile is and why you must respect Biafra Republic government in exile. Thank you so much, Gunter. I'll give others the space to speak. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Snow. The next one is University. Yep, you are raising your hand. Okay, maybe also information media university.
Hi, Nico.
You can ask.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Gunther. Guten Abend from here, from Germany.
You're welcome. Hi.
Hi. Sprichst du Deutsch?
Yes, absolutely.
Guten Abend.
You're
Yeah.
very welcome. What's your question?
Yeah. First of all, thank you again. I like the topic you put up here, Biafran freedom and ex-Nigeria. Yeah. Before I ask my question, I'd like to make few comments because the situation that is happening in Nigeria, of course, since you are supporting Biafra, there are a lot of opinion that's going to come out, including attacks from Nigeria's side. Nigeria is so complex that a foreigner will not actually understand what is going on there. There are 3 countries that made up Nigeria, which is Biafra, the Hausa people, the Arewas, and the Oduduwas. So there have been a kind of gang up against people in the south, that's the Biafran people, and there has been some kind of education for a very long time. They have been training people on how to be Nigeria, even if the people do not accept the idea. And because of that, those who have agreed with such education are kind of fighting back, which has created a lot of divisions in Biafra land. So a lot of people have asked you some certain question here. I want to ask you, how do you, because I've read some of your profile about something that has to do with North Atlantic treaties and so many of that, and you have spoke a lot how you have lobbied for some other people who are seeking for freedom and stuff like this. How do you deal with a complex situation where there are, because people do not actually understand Nigeria, it's too deep. How do you deal with a complex situation like Nigeria?
You know, it's not so complex. Thanks a lot for asking, because there are people who are killed and there is a lot of atrocities against citizens of Nigeria. It's not complex. Yeah? Somebody ordered them, somebody paid the militias, somebody gave them the backing, somebody promised them not to be punished. And so that's basically a crime which the state of Nigeria is committing. And it doesn't matter the internal complexities, they are similar in many countries of the world, like in Ethiopia, like in Russia. You have a dictatorship, you have enough resources to pay one part of the population to kill the other, and you basically live in the authoritarian system. And that's something really bad. I don't need to know all the details of Nigerian history or the Nigerian ethnic demographic complexities. Yeah, you are in a deep problematic situation, and I'm sure that's very similar, like I've mentioned already Yugoslavia, but there's other cases. It's much better if you have the division in several new, better working states. The states then can be a system to help to develop democracies, to develop a market economy, to build the institutions which are required to be a really valuable and a sustainable state. And this we know very well, and this is, I think, the much better way to go ahead. And the excuse of complexity is often like an excuse. You cannot understand the situation, and you are too silly, and you don't understand. And then in reality, this is often an excuse which is used by the ones who are in power and are able to exploit the rest. That you somehow explain that you are so unique because only you can understand the situation. And I don't buy this argument. So Nigeria is a country like many in the axis of resistance, axis of authoritarian dictators, which I call the axis of evil. We have North Korea, we have Syria, we have partly India, we have, of course, China and Russia, and then we have Ethiopia, we have South Africa, we have Congo, we have Sudan, we have Mali, and we have Nigeria. and then Nigeria has chosen the wrong side. It's very obviously aligned with Russia and China. And then we see that the way they treat their own people is absolutely unacceptable. And then we have all the legitimacy to call for the dismantlement of such an unlawful and criminal state as Nigeria is. And then it will be very simple. We will support Biafra. Biafra will be free. We will trade with Biafra. We will work together. We will exchange good governance proposals. And Biafra will be a very successful state, like maybe Ghana, like Croatia, and like others also in Africa who have transformed themselves in the last years from a very difficult situation to a good one. And I'm pretty optimistic with the help of the international community, Biafra can be a very viable state in the future.
Thank you so very much for that wonderful detailed answer. Why I asked that question is because we've seen foreign interventions happen in the past, and sometimes these foreign powers tend to align with the oppressor, and they postpone the freedom that's supposed to have happened. That's why I asked that question, because from the learnings from the past, I get to understand that instead of reaching out to the people, going into the communities, asking agitators, there are groups agitating, there are resistance groups who are resisting the oppressor, instead of having understanding with the agitators or the resistance to understand the criticality of their situation, as if those people are no longer family, then they align with the people in power who are oppressing the people, and then make things worse. At the end of the day, no result is achieved. So, and like the situation of Biafra, we saw Europe align with Nigeria. Of course, the fight was directly Britain against Biafra, but using Nigeria by proxy, after reaching understanding with the Fulani Islamic jihadists, to whom was led by Usman Danfodio during the time they invaded the land, installing jihad and caliphates in the land that doesn't belong to them. And they never knew that what they were defending was jihad, and that this jihad is capable of growing up to Europe, up to America, and up to every part of the world. Biafra resisted all these foreign powers, Russia, Europe, America, all put together, supporting, and they tend to create some narrative in Nigeria by Britain about a coup d'etat, that it was because of this coup that led to the war. That was very wrong. There was genocide happening in Nigeria right from the day all the states and the regions that was formulated by Nigeria. It took the life of our people, because most times our people are the people are against it, especially in the south. They are always against it, but at the end of the day, foreign power comes in, support the state they created, and put the people life more in danger. The young people who grow up and inherit this problem sometimes don't know how to solve it, and then they fall inside the hands of the oppressor, and they make things worse. So that was why I asked that question, because the killings has never stopped. So the creation of Nigeria was through killings. The people who were forced to become Nigeria were done by force. People died for it. When the killings escalated, Ojukwu tried to protect the South, and the foreign powers never understood this, supported Nigeria, and slaughtered millions. In short, they weren't winning the war. After 2 years, Nigeria was still losing. They had to create some kind of economic blockade to scuttle and stop freedom from prevailing. So
that was a terrible crime. That was really a terrible crime.
Absolutely.
We should all always apologize for not helping the people of Biafra in this terrible siege and in this famine, which was done by the Nigerian central government against you. And alone for that, I think you have deserved independence and freedom.
Thank you so very much. That's why I appreciate. I can never believe, because our people have lived in pain and agony and tried to survive. The only way we were only surviving was just to leave our homes. and to try to seek a better place elsewhere. Some people live by force because the Nigerian authorities are after them to kill them. Some families have been killed and they just flee. While some flee economically, some just cannot take it anymore and they try to move away. Some don't even have to do any paperwork because before you can do that, you'll be dead. So you either flee through Libya or anyhow you can just escape the bondage. But still, it's been very difficult for Biafran people, and that was what led to the creation of the Biafran Republic government in exile. Although today it's been splitted into almost 3 parts because Finland decided to come for Simon after whatever agreement they reached with Nigeria. When they are saying now that they are killing Christians, but who are these Christians that are killing? They are Biafrans. Biafrans in the north and the west and every part of Nigeria are facing slaughtering on almost on daily basis. You understand? So I understood that a lot of representatives from the Biafran Republic government in exile will be reaching you because of what you're doing. Please do not reject them. Try to see, understand it, but you must know that Biafran Republic government in exile has been split. The main part, which is the structure that Simon Ekpa and the rest of the members of the cabinet established, is being led by the Biafran Governing Council. Of course, the ex-APM who was sacked by the CRC is here handling this platform of information and media and communication. He's the ex-media and communication of the Biafran Republic government in exile. If there is any other information you would know or you need, maybe you want to understand more about Biafran Republic government in exile. It's also a very complex structure that is still under development. So you can also reach out. There are professors and doctors and ordinary people in the government. Our mission is to ensure that we secure freedom for our people. We want to build our land to our taste. We want to partner with the rest of the world. We want peace in Africa and the world. And we like the world powers to give us this opportunity as young people, as Biafran people, to be able to explore the world, to be able to develop our people and our life. Nigeria is not building. He doesn't want to allow the people who wants to build to build. He is exiling our young generation and killing our young generation. In the 20th century, when the genocide against Biafra happened, the attack was targeted on young people, pregnant women, and this was how they even left the combat, the front line, and they were going after refugee hospitals. They were going to farms. They were going to food banks. It was after they have erased all the food banks, all the stocks, and destroy all the hospitals that they now declare the economic blockade. Nigeria ordinarily do not have what it takes to declare food blockade, but because it had powerful allies that was willing to annihilate 3 million children. If somebody killed 3 million of your children, that person doesn't want you alive at all. He wants you to be erased. And there is no medicine that is going to make such people to believe in whatever system or creation that they develop. Because if that person was going to develop that for the success of everyone, he wouldn't go slaughtering fellow human beings and fellow Africans. So, and somebody who did that should not be part of the United Nations or anywhere in where the world powers are seated, because it doesn't represent, except if what this word represents is something else that we are yet to understand. But if for the peace of this world and for the growth and development, to develop humanity and build humanity, to protect people, to do business with each other, I don't believe they will go that extent. So this is all I have. I would love that you have full detail on how our government in exile and in homeland is being run. it will give you more insight on how to work with every Biafran. I'm not trying to condemn our brothers who split and go to, I respect the idea, but Prime Minister has called many times and said that everybody should try to unite with each other and work, because what we are looking for is the same thing that everyone is looking for. It's freedom. I know that it's very sweet. Our people are working very hard to see this future come, but we must be able to have a compromise to be able to work with each other to achieve this very glorious future that God has given us. Thank you so very much, Herr Günther.
Thanks a lot. It's a very important point of unity of the Biafra nation and also legitimacy of institutions. This is, of course, very important. And often you have it that various factions, various political factions, personal ambitions lead to division in the diaspora and in the exile community and to different institutions. That's happening for historic reasons, for personal reasons, for financial reasons. That comes very often. For example, in Belarus, there's also the former exile government of 1918, basically, of the independent Belarus in Canada. And then you have also the new exile government of the 2020 elections, and they live, I think, in Brussels or in Lithuania. Sorry, Lithuania, I don't know exactly where at the moment, but so you have it. And this is unfortunate. I call for unity. What is important is unity and also legitimacy. You must have due process also in the diaspora. You can, exile government can have elections, can have a representative body, basically a parliament, can have a president, can have a government, and can work in a legitimate way. That means you report to the public, you inform, you consult your institutions. Everybody understands that you are outside and that you have not the full power, but you can organize more or less a similar process like a government would work. And that's, of course, expensive. You need to have support, but it is very good for the legitimacy, and it shows that you are potentially a government in exile, which is ready to take power in the country. Because Nigeria itself, same like Russia, is always doing maximum to delegitimize the opposition and also especially the exile opposition, and they're doing that very professionally. So we must work double intensive in order to create the international recognition and the network that you are a viable kind of alternative to the present government. And that's, of course, important. And I think you need to be accredited in the European Union, in Strasbourg for the Council of Europe, and if it's possible, even towards the African Union, and then also in Washington, D.C., where everything is decided. And that's very important. And so I can just underline the point to have good representation in Washington, where most of the exile governments of the world are based. And I know the East Turkestan, for example, very, very nice people, and they want to break away from China, sorry, and they are really very good. They're organized there, for example. And so that's my recommendation, and that's actually the way to win. Thank you very much for the question. Further questions?
Good. Yes, the next one is Rage and Fury.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Nico and Mr. Gunther. Thank you very much for your hard work for the Biafran people. We appreciate all that you do for us. My name is Rage and Fury, and I am speaking from Biafra land. And we send our greetings from the Holy Land of Biafra. Indeed, the name Nigeria is not indigenous to the people. And before I proceed, I must say special greetings to our Honorable Minister of Information with the handle Information Minister. And Mr. Gunter, please, I will still plead. He's representing over 80 million people. He's the voice of over 80 million people. So you might need to give him a little more time to really speak on the space. We really appreciate that. And the Honorable Minister Snow is the COS to the acting Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. So we really appreciate it if you can give them a little more time to really say more or enlighten you and the world about the Biafra movement. Thank you very much. And talking about Nigeria, Nigeria is a foreign entity owned by a foreigner that was imposed on the indigenous people on their own land to take away the identity of these indigenous people. This foreign entity is also managed by, in most cases, strangers, you understand, owned by a foreigner as well. This is why you see whenever they want to select the next killer, whom they call leader, they go to the owner of this property, of this entity called Nigeria, who resides in number 10 Downing Street. That is Britain, you understand? So that they can give them consent of the next killer that will be in office to kill. They kill through hunger, they kill through terrorism, they kill through genocide. They will go to number 10 Downing Street to select the next killer. You understand? So indeed, Nigeria needs to be disintegrated, because when you look at the genocide, all this Islamic genocide against Christians, I think the best way to really put a permanent stop to this genocide is to create a state, a Biafran state with Christian value, a place where Christians can call a home, a place where Christians can feel safe. So that is the best solution that can be, given to this Christian genocide, because for America to commit their military on ground, it's a good idea, but that will be very capital intensive, but it will also draw concern from different countries, you understand? But if America and other European countries can just recognize Biafra, then you fight the terrorism from the land of Biafra. It's going to go a long way in putting a stop to all this terrorism. And speaking about the Biafra Republic government in exile was inaugurated some 2 years ago. That should be 2023, I suppose, yes, with the head office at Maryland, Baltimore, right? So it was this Biafra Republic government in exile that organized a self-referendum that we all here in Biafra land, I was one of those that used to help people to vote as well, because a lot of our people, they need assistance. We know what we went through, and at the end of the day, we gathered over 50 million votes. So, and we went to
50 million votes.
Over 50 million votes, yes.
Yes, over 50 million votes, yes.
You're very successful. You are like a model movement of national self-determination. I want to congratulate you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, like I was saying, up to date, our head office still remain in the same place where it is. So we are not divided. I don't really want. I believe you are a very smart Margot, and before you made your research, you carry out your research, and you know the government that is representing the Biafran people from Washington, D.C., from all the diplomatic engagement, everything, nothing is hidden. They are all in the media, you understand? So I don't want you to have the impression that we are divided. We are actually one. Those are some of the people, some of our brothers that left. They left based on probably on selfish reasons, and I don't really know, because all of these things, when our prime minister was arrested and we came back, the former chief of defense staff of Nigeria made a statement that to stop the Biafra movement, attack the finance. And from time to time, some of our people have been bought over to attack the finance from time to time, which I'm not going to go into. A lot of groups have come in the name of accountability, finance, and here and there. While in our laws, it is stated that these areas are classified due to the fact that if they are made open, a lot of our people are going to sabotage the movement, which they know very well. You understand that? Due to they have to play to the agenda or to what the chief of defense staff Musa told them. They started coming up with finance, accountability on finance, and they keep attacking the finance. This is why a lot of them left. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the same government that organized that self-referendum where over 50 million people voted is the same government that is still working with Washington, D.C. It is the same government that still has its headquarters in Bafin. So, Mr. Gota, it's like I'm having some another call. But like I said earlier, please kindly give our Honorable Minister of Information time to also speak, because he's going to educate you a lot about this whole thing. Thank you very much. I yield the mic here. My name is Regent Fury.
Regent Fury, I don't think you'll be doing that on the space, because if you go that you try to change the subject, that's not okay. Because if you go by that, many people here will want to come up to tell you who the person you are talking about is. So the people who you said they separate did not separate. The Biafran Republic government in exile is run by the Biafran Governance Council.
Mr. Gotan,
So
I think
you have to leave that part for inside. It's internal. That's why you have to leave it.
We
Guys,
are not here to
please
argue.
stop the arguing. We have other questions. We have to continue. This is a topic for another
This
space.
man that is speaking here
Thanks
now
a
might
lot,
not have
Nicole.
been given
Next question, please. We will
that to be attacking the
discuss that.
government from his.
So sorry. The next one is the military department of the Biafra Republic.
Very useless human being.
Yeah, good evening, everyone,
Hey!
especially Mr. Gunther and Mr. Nicole. At the same vein, I salute my fellow comrades, Mr. Snow. Sorry for you hearing my voice in this way because it's too late in this evening. I'm greeting also University in Kendi Biafra, Regent Furi, and Wada Stella, Simon Ekpa and Sam Ekpa, His Excellency Chizoba, everybody here present, Metusela. I can see some corrupt. Okay, you can understand how your name is written. I'm not seeing very well. USB, DOC, Okudile. Everyone here present. It's my pleasure to greet everybody here present. I just wanted to let our people to understand one thing. I'm so happy that our brothers, especially our big brother from Vienna, is here. But I want to let our people to know that the period we are is classified in the history as the African Uprising, Black African Uprising, otherwise known as African Renaissance, or what you call African Romanticism. It is a period where our people have got to know that our destiny is to be taken upon our hands, that there is no Jesus Christ or no Zarathustra or no any spirit that is going to liberate us. But it is we, by the time we understand how the world function, what you call the mechanism or what you call the axis of power. By the time we understand that, we take, therefore, our destiny upon our hand. I see all these things going on as the beginning of African Renaissance. But at the same time, we have to give all kudos to the leaders we had in terms of Biafra, because the theme of this evening expose is Biafra freedom, ex-Nigeria. Very important. Biafra freedom, ex-Nigeria. And in fact, I started doing this, our big brother, just like we had Mazi Girasolis, Alex. I'm also giving the title of Mazi to Gunter and Mazi Nicole, because these are the people that the spirit of freedom have touched, and they left their own ethnic, and they are coming to synergize with us. I'm also with European Commission. It is not easy to get people that feel Africa it is not easy to see a white man. Let us put it in our African, way of understanding. It is not easy for us to be in the midst of white people, and you see that white person seeing him or herself as an African.
Maybe I lost you now.
Okay.
I think something with the microphone is not working.
They're very interesting. No,
Maybe, but it was not a full question. I couldn't understand the question. So maybe the next one.
Yep. The next one is corruption hater. We tried it at the beginning. Maybe it worked now.
Corruption hater is somebody, he is very critical to me, but he is afraid to speak out now. I don't know, but he is defending unity of Nigeria. It would be interesting to hear him, but he is not able to unmute his microphone. Maybe later. Let's try. Maybe the Nigerian government has sent him and he is afraid to talk here. I don't know. Everything is possible.
The next one is Emmanuel.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. You're welcome.
And gentlemen. I am greeting everyone in the house. Good evening, Gonta and Nicole. It is a pleasure having you people talking about the freedom of the Biafra people. Before I go on this very program, I would say, permit me to speak in my dialect, to speak to my own people before I make a public hearing where you can be able to understand. Biko ndị be anyị, ihe anyị bịara ebe ikwu ugwu okwu freedom. Onye ọbụla mụ iwe na-ewe ya shield ya abịaghị ebe ịzọ gọọmenti elu gọọmenti ala. Onye ọbụla ha sị na anyị enye Biafra, ihe anyị chọrọ bụ Biafra. Onye ọbụla a chọrọ inye Biafra, sịsị ha nda ya Biafra.
Nicole, it's better to mute him because we don't know what he's saying, and so it's English.
Don't mute
it's English. It's English and English only.
Go with English.
Somebody else? Next question.
Let me just I can use English.
Voice of
Oh my
Biafra.
God.
It's connecting. 1 second.
Very well. You're welcome.
And guys, please ask questions. And yeah.
Let me just see my mistake.
I can also announce it's the next 20 minutes is then the closing at 20 to 12. I have to close because it's getting late. In Austria.
The next one is Shine.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Nicole. Please, sir, I don't know whether my own is a question, but I want to ask you, I don't know whether you know actually what is happening in that zoo called Nigeria, because I saw in social media and in your Twitter, you are talking about Christians, but you were talking about Biafra existing from Nigeria. And I want you to know, because what I saw that Nigerians government are doing now is that they are trying to deny it, and they are trying to deceive people that they want to change, they want to mend everything. I am begging you to beg President Trump to come and rescue Nigeria and Biafra, And it's not only Nigeria, and it's not only Christians they are killing in Nigeria. Most of this killing that you are seeing is inside Biafra land. They will go and tell, they are now saying that they can solve the problem if they give them some times, but they are preparing how to deceive President Trump when it seems that he accepts what he's saying, then they will start killing Biafrans. It's not only Christian in the north, they are also killing Biafrans. All the fighter jets that the American gave to them to fight for Boko Haram, they are using it to killing Biafrans, bombarding Biafrans, destroying our house, killing our women, raping our women. But no, you cannot hear it. It's anywhere in social media. It's not only Christians. They are killing Biafrans every day. Even this week at Enugu, they block one city in Enugu. They said that none of them will enter their village. Fulani herdsmen. You will see Nigerian people, they deny us not to protect ourselves, that everybody should come and give them our gun. Now you will see they will be carrying their cow, entering inside our school, inside our house, inside our bank. If you talk to them, you will see a small boy, 9 years, with AK-47 shooting people. If you talk, they will kill you. They kill people in Southeast like animal. Now, that's why our leader, Mazen Nandekado, created the ESN. The Nigerian government entered inside and deceived them and kidnapped our leader from Kenya. This is an abomination in this world that somebody travel from London to Kenya and Nigerian government collude and go and kidnap him in Kenya. Nobody is saying anything about it. He is still in DSS since 5 years. Now the Supreme Court in Nigeria tell them that they should release this guy, that they don't supposed to kidnap him. They're supposed to do it through international law, but they kidnap him. Why are they keeping him up till now since 2001 without medical, without anything? They cannot even give him treatment because he's from Southeast. The ones that there is another one that is fighting for Yoruba, they kidnap him and they release him within 8 months. Why is Southeast own is different? They are killing us every day. If the whole world want to come and take our oil, let them come and take this oil and let Biafrans breathe. I don't know, because I'm not hearing it anywhere. President Trump is talking about only killing Christians. No, they are killing us every day. Every day in Biafra land, more than 30 women. The worst part of it, the one I saw one day, that a lady, she's pregnant, they cut off the head, open the stomach and bring out the child and cut the child. They are not seeing. If you post it,
Okay, I think the connection.
had to go and bring vegetable in at the backyard. Fulani herdsmen saw this lady and cut this lady into pieces like chicken. Nobody is saying it. And the number one is that when I was small, they said that when they do the amalgamation, when
Okay, I think the connection is lost.
Yeah, it's a big tragedy what is happening in terms of atrocities in Nigeria. I really feel vindicated to call for ex-Nigeria, and I express my sympathy and empathy with all the victims of the genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Thanks a lot. Next question, please.
The next one is Divine.
All right, thank you very much for this opportunity. My question is going to be very blunt and straightforward. So, the Nigerian government have been able to infiltrate the movement in two ways. One, by giving some individuals money to donate their waste through the leadership, and two, by the main on ground forces. So, my question is going to be, how are you going to be financed if you want to identify with any institution at all that is championing the Biafran movement? When I say any institution, anyone you just find or you deem fit to champion the Biafran restoration, how are you going to depend on the finance? Is it based on donation, or you also going to find some or you also going to lobby those who will finance, and later on the Biafran state will pay back the money? I still have more questions. Please enlighten us with this.
If you want to support me personally, you can subscribe at my Twitter button, and I appreciate very much. Otherwise, I'm independent from all other resources, and I'm supporting many movements for freedom, and in generally, I support all the movements for freedom. I'm also an economist, and I'm also working on that one as a development consultant. If you ask me personally, this is my answer. Next question.
Okay, so thank you very much. So, in terms of lobbying for peaceful dissolution, peaceful breakup of Nigeria, and what if the peaceful method doesn't work, and then you want to use like whatever means necessary?
So now, first of all, we have the most important question is the liberation of Mazi, the independence leader. He is the Nelson Mandela of Nigeria and of Biafra. We have to look for his release. This is my most important goal, and I'm looking very much forward for that one. Additionally, you know, the independence of Biafra is, of course, a very noble goal, and we have to achieve it together during the breakup of Nigeria. Nigeria is a hostile state to the West. They are committing a genocide against Christians, and they are aligned with our enemies, China and Russia. So they have lost all the legitimacy to cover the territory of Nigeria. And therefore, there must be either a real transformation of Nigeria into a free federal democracy, market economy, and a kind of a decent state, or the dismantlement, ex-Nigeria is the much better way forward. And that's what I recommend. Obviously, I have no powerful tools, of no ships or anything to go to Nigeria, and I don't want to have a military intervention. So I call simply to have a process similar like in Kosovo of peaceful resistance. You maybe know the story of Mr. Rugova, who is called the Gandhi of the Balkans, who has led to these people, the Kosovo Albanians. They have basically left the institutions of the occupying states, and they entered a decade of civil resistance and disobedience in order to show they are not happy with the way they are governed and suppressed by the Serb authorities. And this ultimately led then to the events of 97 and 99, which ultimately led to NATO intervention on behalf of the Kosovo Albanians in order to end the genocide against them. And it's not only, you know, the Kosovo Albanians are mostly Muslims. So we have made a military intervention as NATO to liberate the Albanian Muslims from the Christian Serbs. It is not about religion ultimately. It's about human dignity, and it's the right for statehood. When a state, similar like Russia has done it in Chechnya, or the Serbs have done it in the case of Kosovo, is committing a genocide, it clearly has lost the right to govern these people. And if this is now the case, the more I learn from this call as well, because I hear a lot of new things and new accusations of atrocities and genocide, the more I hear, the more clear it gets that this is absolutely the case. There is genocide committed by the Nigerian state, so there is no legitimacy in governing the Biafran people. So you are absolutely justified to call for independence and also to work towards that in the international arena. And this is what I'm happy to support and what I'm very much looking forward to be successful. And please look at how good the people in Kosovo live now, and that can be also the future. And I'm confident it will be the future of Biafra Republic, free and successful. Next question.
Okay, so in the case where we engage in civil disobedience and our leaders and our people are still being incarcerated and killed, don't you think we have the right to self-defense?
Yes, that's absolutely clear that you have the right to self-defense, like the Kosovo Albanians said it as well. And ultimately, it was an armed struggle which led to the independence of Kosovo. And look very closely on that one. And it was, of course, with a lot of risk and a lot of victims, but it ultimately paid off because NATO intervened and has led ultimately to the liberation and to independence of Kosovo. And now the state works very fine. It's actually a very good role model. They have good governance. I personally assisted for many years. I worked in Kosovo and I worked for 5 years actually in Kosovo. And this was really very good experience for me. And we built like a model state, how it really should be from the scratch. And it's now working very good with a very good digital governance, investment promotion, rule of law. And it's actually a very good entity. And I can really recommend you to take it as a role model. Potentially, you can also take Croatia. It's much more developed and it had also an independence war in order to liberate it. So yeah, I cannot exclude armed struggle, but I'm not calling for that, obviously, because I'm a peaceful economist. But you can look at all the independence movements in history. Very few have gone into victory without armed struggle. So it's not a secret. Everybody knows that. But for me, it would be much better if we go and achieve a peaceful dismantlement of Nigeria, because there will be less bloodshed and it will be much better for everybody, because the other countries and the other parts of Nigeria will also have their own states. And why should the central authorities really dominate Biafra, for example? And it's much better to have probably 6 or 7 new states, or maybe 10 states, because Nigeria is a very big country, can be also 12 or 15. This is basically a process of negotiations, and I'm sure there is some ethnic religious justification, and Biafra is only the first of many to break away. And this will be, of course, the very best, as I've recommended already in the beginning of this talk, is if you have, maybe I can share this map as well somewhere in a chat or so, but you see it on my Twitter feed. It's on the top of my Twitter feed. If you look, you see the map which we propose for ex-Russia. And I think and this is agreed with many of the independence movements of Russia. And so I really recommend take a look at my the header of my Twitter feed. And you can also go to the forum for the post-Russian nations. And there we have exactly that map with the 41 new states, because Russia is a very big country, so it's 41, and with the flags and with the names. And it's very useful because very soon Putin will lose the war and in Ukraine, and then it will be the moment for ex-Russia. And if you look at that map, you learn already how the future will look like. And Nigeria needs exactly the same map of the independent countries, agreed with the various independence leaders, and then legitimized by sending it on Twitter and agreeing it in the various exile governments.
All right. With the situation on ground, what's the probability of Nigeria dissolving in peace? Because I don't think it's even there. I don't think it's even there. So, what do you think about it?
I think it's possible. You know, you need to agree with the other independence movements and with the other ethnic representation in the other countries and the other regions. And if you all simultaneously declare independence, you know, there's only the central government left. And so that's the best way basically to do it, and to simultaneously set a point of a breakup somewhere in the middle of 2026. and then to declare 6 or 7 states simultaneously independence. And then, the central authorities really will lose oversight and legitimacy, and then you are independent states.
Okay. Okay, now, Nigeria loves bribing. Let's say they bring you packages and we don't know you, we've not done research about you, we just seen you for the first time coming up. So forgive me for this question. Let's say they bring you packages. How do we know that you will not betray the cause and then side with Nigeria at the end?
Whatever. Thanks a lot for your question. Now we have the next question, Nicole, please.
Thank you.
The next one is Emmanuel.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I was here before and I wanted to speak to my people in our local language before I come back, but
Okay,
you
Nicole,
took me down.
you can mute him as well.
No, I can speak English now.
Nicole, mute him.
Yeah.
Situation. Next question.
Give me a second.
We have 3 more, and excuse me, then it's then 50 minutes to 12, and I have to go to bed.
The next one is Emerson.
Hello, Emerson.
Yeah, good evening, Gunther. Can you hear me?
You're welcome. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nicole, the co-host. I welcome each and everybody that are here to listen. So my question is very straight, yeah? So they are holding our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he has been there going to 5 years. So what measures are you taking for this case to be in the spotlight for the whole world to see? Because of the injustice going on and the court case that will be coming up on the 20th of this month, November. So what measures are you taking for this court case to be, to take a spotlight for President Donald Trump and the world to see the injustice going on in Nigeria? Thank you. And also
Thank you for this question. This is very good question. I have already called for the release of your independence leader, Mr. Masi, and I have already made an interview on the television channel for Biafra, calling exactly for that one as well. I can also release more videos about this, and I also support this on this platform. And it's, I think, important cause, yeah, because I don't think the Nigerian government really wants to create a martyr of freedom in Mr. Masi. And so I call on the American president and all the European authorities to release him. And maybe we will also try to nominate him for an award in the European Parliament, or create a lot of attention. If something happens to him, we will obviously work in his case, like with Mr. Navalny, who is now the symbol as a dead martyr for freedom of Russia. And I warn the Nigerian authorities, if you go down the road of killing your opposition leaders, you will regret it. And definitely I will do the intensified campaign for ex-Nigeria, which I anyhow hope that happens very soon. And my continued advocacy hopefully has an impact here on the world opinion, and that's what I hope, and that's what I'm actually confident of. And we will achieve this goal. He will be free, and maybe he will be then the president of Biafra, which would, I think, be the perfect result of the outcome of our activities.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good.
2 more?
Good. The next one is someone from the Balkans. He's Bosniak. His name is Hadi. Maybe he can tell us about the experience from Bosnia and Serbia.
Thank you, guys. thank you, Mr. Fehlinger and Nicole. So, even though this meeting is about Biafra and Nigeria, there are some recent developments, more like warmongering and all that, and rhetoric from the Serbs. I mean, a lot has happened. We had Dodik's recent speech about the fact that he called us Turks and all. So, I don't know. That's little rhetoric from them. And we also have some developments in Kosovo, especially from Mitrovica. I mean, stuff is also there happening. I mean, law enforcement and all because of recent elections and all. So this is some kind of question about what is the new opinion about the Serbs here and what should we do with what's happening right there now.
Thanks a lot, Hadi. That's very nice that you call in and you share these questions. It's both very true. It was very bad speech of Mr. Dodik. I released already a video about it. And also in Mitrovica, the situation is worrying. But we don't want to go too detailed now in the Balkan affairs because it's about Biafra today. But what I can say, no matter where in the world, I will always be on the side of freedom, market democracies, and reasonable good governance. And no matter what religion, I always condemn genocide, atrocities, and human rights abuses. It's not about Christians, Muslims, or whatever religion. I also defend the Sikhs in Khalistan, in India. And I say, everybody has the right for a decent life, for security and the protection of his property and his physical security. And that's what we want in the world, no matter if it's in Biafra, Nigeria, or in Syria, or in Bosnia and Kosovo. And everybody has the right for religious freedom and for protection of his property and his body. And this is what we're fighting for. And I call for everybody. The tyrants must fall. We must have freedom. And where freedom is not there, we must establish new states. And if it's necessary to break up countries like Yugoslavia, it's much better result to do it, even when it might be very painful. Because if states are not working, it's better to splinter them and dismantlement into smaller entities. And this is now the proof. Nigeria is the Yugoslavia of West Africa. And now we have a situation in Bosnia, which is still not perfect, very complicated. In Kosovo,
It's
still
true.
not perfect. But we have it much better than ever in the history of any governance ever in the history. It's Bosnia now today. And the future of Bosnia lies in NATO, EU, and the Euro. And Dodik will not win. And Dodik is already removed out of his office and his political function because of his extremist rhetoric. He has already lost political power and he will lose even more political power in the future. And I, on my Twitter account, will make my contribution to that one. And when you follow me also from Biafra, you can learn about Bosnia. From Bosnia, you can learn about Biafra because it's ultimately all the same struggle for freedom, for justice, for property, prosperity, and for a better life. And this is what I stand for. And this is what I want to thank you very much, Hadi. Also, I know you support me. I thank you very much for that. And now
Thank you,
we
Mr.
have one
Fellinger,
last.
and greetings to the public.
Yes, you're welcome. And now one last question for tonight, please.
Yeah, the last question is from Bishop Comfort Ubani.
Welcome. Okay, this was not happening. So another question.
Yeah, then a follow-up question from Information Media Communicate.
Okay, welcome. One last point from you, and then we close it for tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Conte, and thank you for everyone. First and foremost, I appreciate you for taking out your time from your far distance in Vietnam to carry the cross of the Biafran people on your head. And like you said, freedom, wherever you are, you will be there 247 to make sure you carry the message. Thank you so much. In a situation whereby the people want to have a dialogue so that they can be free, then the government of the day that happens to be a tyranny, decides to use Islamic jihadist terrorists to pillage and slaughter those people that are clamoring for an independent state, wouldn't you advocate for those same people to seek self-defense as a means of survival? That is one question. Over to you, sir.
No, absolutely. I agree. You know, history is full of independence movements which had to make this decision. I don't call for this because, you know, I'm against violence, but there might be situations where this is absolutely necessary. And history has shown that liberation struggles from Israel to Kosovo, there was always a lot of necessity to fight for freedom as well. And this might be also the case in the case of Nigeria and Biafra. I call, and this is also my last closing statement, what I want is a peaceful dissolution of the Yugoslavia of West Africa, of Nigeria. It is proven that it doesn't bring prosperity and security for its people. There is a genocide against Christians and others in Nigeria today, and therefore I call for ex-Nigeria, freedom for Biafra, and let's work together to achieve our noble goals for a better life for the people of Biafra, and ultimately as well for Nigerians, because the Nigerians will be much better off if it's many new successor countries of Nigeria, because we can help them, assist them in the breakup process, and it will be a much better result. And then they will be better governed, they will be freer, they will be more prosperous and more secure. And that's why I think this is the better way forward for ex-Nigeria. My recommendation for tonight: fight for freedom, work for freedom, live freedom, and we will achieve freedom. And I wish you a very nice evening wherever you are, from Bosnia to Biafra to the United States of America, here from Vienna. I say thank you very much for this space. Thank you, Nicole, for hosting it and also for promoting it. And I want to invite you next week on the 18th of November, on Wednesday, I think it's the 18th or 19th, is the Red Wednesday. This is the global day against persecution of Christians. And please work on this global day and before, to make it very, very public case what's happening in Nigeria. And let's work together in the future, also in 2026, to achieve freedom for Biafra. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be with you, and I wish you all a very nice evening, and freedom will be achieved in the future. And I will be back on one of the spaces, possible next week, where we can discuss again about the situation in Biafra. And I want to thank you very much for your attention and joining this space. It will be also then recorded, and we will put it on Twitter, and then you can listen and share and stay in touch. And the fight for freedom is universal. We will be successful. All tyrants will fall, and so will the tyrant of Nigeria and Cameroon and other countries. You will see. We will win. Thanks a lot.
Wow! Gini! Hey! Umajane! Ndewenu! Ndewenu! Asumunu ndewo! Eyi! Achọrọ m ịjụ na ajụjụ. Yes. Alaikere m ka anyị si wee mee assist, anyị si wee nnọọ n'ụlọ. Wee gegide ife anọ, gegide egekpe ọnya. Adị m happy. Kedu ife unu amakwaba ife unu mere understand n'ife mere ebe a tata? Onda chere elube oge ikpere akpọ be phone wegodu ndidi aka akpọ na phone. Elo na akpọ be phone nwee ndidi biko akpọ be chere akpọ be phone.
Kuwe kom chere.
Chelegodu biko, chelegodu nna m chere. So, kedu ka unu si ifu ife mere today ebe a? Unu ofugo na some people na achọrọ ndị a niile bịara ebe a enwere nke nwere anything no ha na brain, all of them. So one person onye jụrụ ajụjụ nke jụrụ about our situation of our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ogwusia Ọgwụsịa onwedu nke kwutere juturu the man ebe nọ n'Europe and this yitere isi n'Europe. Kedu ka ihe esi wee nyere anyị aka? Kedu ka ihe esi mee? I need your intervention n'ebe our PM nọ. Nobody. Onwozi nke a na-akpọ university rubbish or university nonsense ọ na-aza. Dị ebe a sị that their house is shall into three. Or ibe abịara ebe a ịkọ. Ahapụ nọ na ikwu genocide na-eme na Nigeria. Everybody mana genocide na-eme. O juru na social media. Or ibe ajuru a na-akọ na social media. Nwoke a jiri ntinye uchie ọkpụgo dịra Trump ka ọ ya abịa ebe anyị ajụ ya very important question. Mana kene ka anyị si eme ite ya na ka anyị esi eme ite ya. Ya gbazikere na anyị kedu ka anyị esi wee mee ka ọ dịrị anyị easy. Because we are tired. Nobody asking that question. Not nobody. Just imagine. Ndị otu oge nkele na-achọ ka ha hijack the program. They want to hijack the program. But I thank God now this one be very intelligent. Oh, my daughter. Hello, name. I'm going to catch you facing mom. You know? And on life, you see, Chineke gozeleng in mom. Catch you for mom. Izu. Nobody. For how many hours this man used? Onye nke ọzọ na-asị ka onye nọọsụ na akpakara wacha ese ka ọkọ na-eko ya. The man say na ya ori fi aju abala. Ha chọrọ no ya hijack ya ka ọ bụrụ because ị mara the man bịa na-ekwu okwu Biafran government in exile. Biafran government in all they na-ekwu okwu Biafran government. No somebody onye nwe territory bịara ka o use the way that he hijack this program. The man who wouldn't get in your anya. Why important of Biafran government in exile. Why important that educate me a vote. Mano was ye onye mele originate that vote. Nothing. Hanjani ne mele no award obatobie. But if you mele bad today. Oh my God. Hey. No, University has here the education to three. The ego jikwere so, ego ji so. In us known that now this one nature brain off labor. Or be Biafra with this kind of people. So now this man who could governor Bebe could destroy Biafra. And not for Biafra. I thank God that no cook because some that don't go away why you. That now they are serious. No a betrayer call. And he will remain betrayer under Yanine. Now me no on send the element or link. Kono Biego, as no can follow this thing. You would now or let me just one nemu went to a very big point. It was about short or up. Na we abịara ebe a ịkọ mana ọbịazi bịata ka ọ kalịsịa n'oyibo ọwụ na o kwuru n'oyibo ejela ha napịa that mic then ọbatakwa the second time ọwụ na ọmụnwa mgbe ọ batakwa the second time yena makwuvu na mabatavugo no mbata ha na kede I go straight my point all because of that na ọkọ ọkwaziri ka the man ji si napịa mic ọwụrụ ihe wute deli because ama that no ya ajụ ezigbote ajụjụ. Oh my God! Hey, I done them, but I'm dead. Get out of my bang. You know, it's nice in a takata who can hold you by your Namakado. Manona, Sia. A gem swallow. Hey, you may always me. Now, Nemu, a line the dope. I don't kunu wagodumu, or you he called Gurudo Tosi Gunki Kauguhono Bicon. Line I don't open because Obahu lying with a corona bago. Hey, Chineke nna m ele m ebele. Hey! Onwulo ogwu Hey! Nna Chineke jukwa. Obeto bie, this man no Europe. And this man is in Europe. This man will joke in Europe. La Juya Jubasara Simon. Can you go yesinyela yaka? Na ini can you find yeme? Can you situation about to Simon? Can you na Hey, Onwulo ogwu Manam only thing that man nyelem join at the man or say that na even won't be okay. Yes, make a leader of indigenous people of Biafra. So share if you for because I'm a go back. Can you see every no be round a year with take Biafra a flag? Or won't go to la flag, commander in chief of terrorists. Or get carry commander in chief of bandits. Kay a flag in Biafra. Happy to see what did the man said now the can not to be in a prison. Or the possible Adam happy that the man of our hair today. Kahamra that I'm the about waste of time. Hello, Namubiko walk back a woman kitty would know be.
Believe me. This program. The length of my him neck Roma China, connect your own, you should go shini, yeah. And when I can some of Shago, a shoe shago shell. You what I go? In him now, one now. On a one or two shit, or more, you know.
Go potty.
On a one or two shot, honestly, what that's for one you want to make one.
I GDC, people listen, even I Jimmy program. Kaiga no step by step, that you find your ever.
International, that is here international. Many people are listening. On the on your back.
Ego to Vegas.
So man about one woman when they go about the name they can. Only money na go USB. Money na go Simon with their own this in my photo on the market. All of Raya has an agent.
When you pull up at top there, when do and the money I do disappoint. Betrayers.
Number one, so after that, no more international interview, take on Gapata, and the one and the Gachi Biafra. One thing promote Yama this night, though, the man accept self-defense. Oh, man accept, yes, now I need to on the I need self-defense, oh, man accept, and I need the self-defense. You know, I go, oh, you're doing anything promote Yama. Diplomacy. The man of has only few countries wrong with. We hated that way with independence. You know,
what they share.
What you want to make one? Is that going to happen? And then I get me. That is. Only a that defense. All the also from the pro hack. Now that tomorrow, that man for Akuma can nam the can. Simon like Paparam nation also PM. Only when he came to and he had game. This man on your Ostra, Nostra left in land. And he gave a game release on ya. No, but I'm not a guess. Now, who is okay? Who is a guy? And so now, in that of wrong
and don't neighbor na Twitter. Iba made it na Twitter this thing. Yeah, for this man tweet each other my president in the Finland, which means normal the man or former, which means you can talk to the man. If no could you one only tweet or go just to visit and to just get a more come to visit Yenya. Now made the great green message when you came. Or what all you were. Hey! Hey! Nke wana confirmation rubbish, but I said look for no you or color rubbish. Na shame. You feel a wall need a kaji.
the man America Hammer and Nam the Kanagapa.
Now, so see how even the man of now, only if a dirty slap. Only if a dirty slap. They believe you know what he keep because of good hand and never get interested. Want to get a poor our leader. Want to get a poor about Tobio when you bore that to a no. Kahamana Pama, I know what I say. You're going to know that these foolish people, man, goes all about and don't you? Oh, what I say that maybe that one of the Master Nanikano will be the president of Biafra.
Yes.
Chineke na finalize ya
USB CRC na S government in exile or
look at how much opportunity
odono na anya that na Biafra na mando ndị isi Biafra ma ndị achọ Biafra onwe sitadị ihe ọbụla ga-ekwu about Biafra today Ibo sọrọ ha tọ Nnamdi Kanu nga Nnamdi Kanu dị ha na ndụ ọ ya wọnya
ga-ewe I can na-agwa Nnam thank you
international with Simon Eka
that's it ha nwa na onwela mgbe ọ batara wadị na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Nna thank you
the good opportunity on where Gapata, Queen and Obodo, quote this decision, what I call you on the leaders on it. I'm Patana said, I don't care.
Even Carolina and Beze, ya no Batobie mere video call mbosi ekutekwu okwu Batobie. Nna biko thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Ndo.
Bye bye.
Hey, nanda omuka jini no muka otara. Hello.
Good evening.
Nanda good evening no. Hey.
One name I say mmiri jumon na abalị ihe ka jumon. Ịka jumon na ndị mmadụ ihe ha zuzugharị ndị a na-ezuzukwa na-ezuzu. Ịma na ihe menụ asịkwana ihe menụ amamihe na-abịa n'awa n'awa. N'ihi na otu ahụ onye ga-abịa n'awa n'awa asịkwa mbọsị ọsọ aka ga-emekwe another one next week o nwere another space
o nwere ike mee ya nwere gbasara Biafra ọ nwụrụ ha na anyị niile biko na ụmụnne m nke awụrọkwa nke USB
mana anọzi m na mwute ebe m nọ na-ebezi akwa masị ọ pụtara na ewerele ọbata obi kpọchie ya tufuo oke onweghị na-akpọtụzi ọbata obi aka a na-akpọtụzi ọbata obi ahụ ndị m surprise na ndị a bịara nga ihe ha na-ekwu BBC hụrụ gọọmenti in exile ọsịkwara ndị rubbish ndị even aka mmụọ were ikwu okwu ebe ahụ ọ na m weli aka m ala eto mgbe ahụ Oremijusu chọrọ ikwu akwụsịrị ya ka m jizi bịa weli aka
enwenyewere m aka ọ bụrụ na ba anyezi m anyị request Mike n'ikpeazụ
na nke next week ana m aga ya ngwa ngwa m ga-eweli aka
nna anyị
and the aspect ihe m chọrọ ikwu ihe awụ dat na ole nga o ruru ndị otu oge nkere ama m na ha ga-agaje iburu onwe ha ji ha ga apụ this man
nsogbu na batrail the man is very strong o nwere ọ dị intelligent
ihe m ji weli aka m chọrọ ikwu achọrọ m ịsị the same angle Oremijusu kwuru okwu ka chọrọ ikwu ka m chọrọ ikwu achọrọ m ịsị onye ọbụla bịara n'ihe this man who a neutral person who okike has
no Oremijusu ma ole use English ole kwuo okwu ahụ
iwuru m iwu Tom iwuru Dick iwuru Harry iwuru Barnabas iwuru Saul iwuru no man keep yourself so ndị abụ ndị a na-enye nsogbu na njaba na ụmụaka na njaba local government ndị abụ ndị zara ama na afọ kịta na-eke ala gọọmenti lekụ m okorobịa anyị si n'ala sị ole nga o ruru ụmụ efulefu leenụ ndị na-abịa iwu ndị na-adị natara anyị nye Biafra ndị so ọha gọọmenti in exile look at them ụmụ efulefu ụmụ nkịta ụmụ anụmanụ na-enweghị ihe nwụ legodi nnọọ it's unfortunate It's unfortunate that he had the time very more again. When did they happen to be able to go in animal Simon Epa? Ihe nchọrọ ikwu okwu nga ahụ osi biko na onye amara ikpe na-adịghị m akpere ikpe na-adịghị m enwe evidence echefu anyị terrorist tụọ ya mkpọrọ. Gịnị mere anyị na-ekwu maka this human rights activist ọ dịkwa n'ime Europe biko
yes na ọ dịkwa n'ime Europe
ihe anya n'ebe ahụ Nigeria nwekwa influence n'Europe a na-emekwa arụ ahụ ha mere.
The only hope I nwere after ka jidere awari da Maazị Nnamdi Kanu wụ ọbata obi nna anyị ada na-ekwuwe
ndị a na-ezuzu ahịa ha na-ezuzu ụbọchị m maka na ndị otu na onye a na-akpọ ya kamara nwa na ha na-enye ọgbakọta obi ya ihe anụ ya zụọ ya okwu n'isi mbọchị ahụ ha ọ nọ na-agụ agụli ofensi ọgbata obi
yes
mee ha hapụ mana ọ gbara m n'ime obi I bled because of
ọbala agba m n'ime obi because ife oji ọ maka na unu hopuru ahụ because na unu eberive unu achọpụtabeghị ndị a if you know them ịmadachi na onwe ife mere he had supplies.
Not everybody will say, but maybe one or two people will just talk before they were arrested.
Mr. Epa. Mr. Epa. Oh, you're not playing the Mr. Epa. Not playing Mr. Epa. Mr. Epa did this. Also, talk on Wadi. Gina William Nigerian government Guaranda had to and I thought to see Obato be because I was going no make it or Obato be a man. Utak and Daddy.
Una afu behi.
My mother said, no, you're not nodding down. You're not home neighbor rock. According to you, 101. You came at that for you see, you might go out, you might go Ibaso. You came to one. Shine your eyes. Shine your eyes. Open your eyes. One down a tea who were born.
Na una mma no banye no ibe a n'oge.
Onwe nwaanyị mọkwa nwoke na-ebe na-adị pụtara ebe a na-eme ihe ebe ihe gbasara ije nwere nwaanyị na-eje mmadụ ebe ise nke onwe nwaanyị na-ebe ahụ tibụrụ abụọ tiri uwe ara abụọ go at you. It's a lie. Otu ofu uwe ara hitika nwaanyị ọbụla na-ebe anọ. Ofu sketa hitika nwaanyị ahụ.
Ọbata obi enu Europe ebe this man nọ. And this man saying isi, oh no ordinary person. Oh no ordinary person. Only a chairman na NATO this thing. Inu kwala ajuju mmadu juru ya. Onwere onye jiri asị ya. Onwere onye jiri asị ya. Kedu ka esi wee ka anyị esi wee believe that na dịka na Nigeria say me ka anyị esi believe na no ya anala ego betray ya. Somebody pụtala onwe na-agwa gị okwu onwere agreement gị na ya na-abọji onwere mgbe o ji isi gị go tọtawara ya ego onwere ife ọ gwara gị
ịma ihe mere ha niile ego ahapụrụ onye mere ma ndị gọọmenti na-ezara ihe ha na-emewu n'otu nke ihe niile ha na ebe ọbụla ha hụrụ ihe ọbụla ha ga-ejiji mee ka ha jiba tụwara ha ego onye ha dị afa mana ego ndị a ha na-eri ọ simenti ka ha na-aṅụ ego Biafra ha na-eri ya na-enwe simenti ọ na-akọnjin
Chineke mere m ebele ndị ahụ ndị baba na-enye ekwu okwu Biafra ndị enye Biafra nna I thank God na stream no destiny I thank God ana m ekene onye bụ chi nwanne because enwere m idea na this ihe na onye uchi nwanne m kpọrọ m this evening wee na-agwa that na this month na ya eme program by 10
every week because some of them last week nke ahụ ndị akpọrọ ya na class ha na ọ dịkwa na-eme every week ya o bidoro ya na-eme ya week because ọ sị na ọ ga-eme ọzọ next week na ile next week ahụ anyị akwadokwe
nna next week eje na-aba iwenye aka enu enye m ewenye aka enu enye m ewenye aka enu staka ya oyibo ndị m atakatara ya ma awụ na njụrụ ajụjụ ndị afọ ọkụrụ onwe a up today Pan disgrace no one fanda zombie. Zombies. During that all of them are zombies. So mad na bo undo juraju baluru mad na. Carolina Benz ya no abato bi emere meeting mbose ya. Na ekpekpere bia no je ko wakwara jore side so kwa ji ebuo na ugwu awusa ji kure buo nke abuo nke ọzọ. No onye na nwanne nwanyị onye nnukwuru na nke ekwute ya Adam Paul asụmụ awụ m onye ụbịam ada nne awụkwa m onye ụbịam na medo ehiri mana ihe ndị a niile nọ na obi iri ibu n'obi obi gị ada conscience mara ibe ị chọrọ ngụnwa na onwe gị iwu ọgaranya nwejikwara ike nwanne m ọkwa na iwe ọgaranya iwe natatara m ego ebe idikwere m ego njeji na-alacha pịam Chineke napụkwa ekwensu ike ya ese ezigbote okwu
problem anyị nwere ụmụ efulefu na enwecha so many of them gbabachara na dịka ije nwere onwe ha ji bata ka ha chọọ ụzọ ha ga-eji ebe ha ga-eshirite ego ọsọ onye na-enwe ego onye poor man cannot fight for freedom and it's true problem anyị nwere onye a na-akpọ Wazika butere this struggle poverty mere ha zuru ibu n'anya in poverty enweghị a na-asọ onye dị pọ onye na-enweghị otu ọ dị so ọ na-atụ egwu poverty ahụ na-ememe ihe ọbụla ọnwụ ha ụzọ ọbụla ọ ga-eji ka ọ dị bọọgụ ọ ga-abịa by all means look at onye ndu millionaire but enweghị ha na-ekwebeghị ya na that place ha jidere ya ka o ji drọp ọ dị afa ya ajụ onye mmiri gị nwa n'ebe ahụ ugbu a ada dị ọra mma ndị mmadụ kpọrọla ma ndị ọha na eze ndị Igbo ndị kpọrọ isi gị gbanwee ya uwe rọfe ihe anaghị your broadcast ka ha gwa ihe ị na-ekwu eme ihe ha ga-enye gị gịnị ma ị na-ewere ha nke ọ because of ide ahụ bịa ndị anyị na-esogharị Ngozi Ọrabezi ugbu a na-ezuzugharị n'Igbo ndị disciple Ngozi Ọrabezi ugbu a ọ bịa ma ahụ onye dowere ha ji eme ihe ndị ahụ ha niile ọ bịafọzi disk sọ na akpakarawa mana kwe nwere ije Biafra ha ikwubu okwu ya that ndị mmadụ anwụọna many people anwụọna n'ime ije ọ ebe ha ga-abịachacha ha niile ka ha ga-abụchacha this level anyị nọ n'ije nwere onwe ugbu a ha niile ha nwere this man came out of his own nobody called him ha egwurula onwe ha jerikpo n'ime ya be front rubbish ihe anọ ihe m na-amaghị isi anọ ya ịkpọga imere 50 million referendum voting ka ahụ aya ya nwa n'ebe ahụ ga-awụ onye garị na ihe anọ ọmakwa ihe 50 million na ya garị na Biafra na n'ime ka ịhụ na ndị mmadụ votu onye anyị bịara ebe ahụ ndị nzuzu na-amaghị ihe ifugonu ka ha dị ifugonu ka uche ha dị ndị uche ajụrụ ajụ onye ha niile nwụchasị obi ụtọ nwụ na this era anyị nọ nweghị ka ha niile mekwe ma they can never prevail Ngozi Ọrabezi she can never prevail ha niile onwegide ihe a na-ekwu okwu ya ugbu a ụka onye ọbụla pusho ka Trump vidio na-abịa onye ọbụla pusho ka e were ọpụtụ because ọ ma Trump vidio na-abịa si bịa gbuchasịa ndị terọrist nọ na ugwu Awụsa what of ndị nke ha bulatara na Biafra land ha mee anyị ka anyị lawara okwu ọnya anyị chọrọ ndị nzuzu na-amaghị ihe ha nọ na ebido agbapụtara ha nọ na soshal midia yet nwe ihe ha gatara na soshal midia dị rụrụ arụ
nne m onwe obere ndị ọrụ alụ alụ kaba ndị alụlụ na ọdụghị m okwukwu abịa nkwuchana I like in capacity way disgrace, ye. I like in capacity way disgrace, you.
Space will take the man. Only ọbụla bịa na that space onye bịara na except the man na his co-host.
Yeah.
Ọbụla. Ndị nke ọzọ ga-awụzi ha dị control. Ibe control.
Community na kwe ihe ọwụ ị na-akọwara anyị na ihe na-agwa ndị obodo gị ndị abụọ.
Yes, ọ na-ekwu ya na English ka ọ ma na anyị niile adakwa iberibe ife ngwarị ya.
Ma nwata ma ụkọ ọha were ahịa ha bịawa na-eke ọkwa ihe ọwụ n'aha Chineke ọ ga-adị otu a. Chukwu ka abịa ma ga-anọnyere anyị. Ụmụ ụwa n'ụlọ olu anyị. Hope ụzọ dị mma. We are coming to you. We have come to you for rescue, for help.
Nne m finalize ahụ.
We are your neighbors. Right we are your landlords.
Ọkpọ na ha.
Why make us run helter skelter out
Finalize
of
nne. Finalize.
Have we done anything bad by selling our lands to you? By giving our land to you? Accepting you to be our neighbor?
Why? Anyway. Nwoke ga-erukwe anyị ga-ama ndị onye nwe onye mana ndị Biafra maka ndị wuru ile ụmụ Biafra ma ndị amụta n'iko ndị kutere n'iko nonsense.
Nne m thank you Chimugozie ngwanụ ka chifo. Hey, awụla ọgwụ ole obi eze nna ka ihe nwere ikwu n'okwu ala nke a karịrị ada mmụọ ọ karịrị m o. I just remember like this. I'm managing now. Hello? Huh? Anna vai. Anna vai. Anna vai. Anna vai. Nna biko ke isi hụ interview a ọ dabakwara n'anya ya.
Mụ na nwe chọrọ ibidogoro ịkwa m ikelegoro ụmụaka ya n'ikpe nke onye chiri ya sere m na-ajụ ajụjụ ọ bụ okwu ama ga-eji were ụmụ anyị.
Nna netwọk ga-akpasukwere m iwe n'abalị ahụ.
Ana m ajụta ọgwụkwa ama ga-eji were ụmụ anyị.
Anyị na-anọ biko ma a na-eji ọdụ amaala eke afụfụga
onye a na-akọrọ nsogbu dị na Katanga. Nsogbu nọ na Katanga. Ị na ihe na-eketa? Ya. So my sister, ihe chọrọ ịjụ bụ ọ na-abụ onye rụcha ọrụ na Jizọs Bega bịa je na Jikapa bịa nara ụgwọ ọnwa.
Nna ajụwakwa ahụ.
I'm just asking questions. Is it possible if you are a worker in Jesus Bega, at the end of the month you go to Jikapa and receive your salary? I think it's normal. Because that's why we keep standby and watching them, all these rubbish they are doing. So just for example, all these things now happen. All these are weird. For example,
now obieza ma omibi ji bana zuma jeju ajuju. Hey,
Mama where the program set. All the basic join on one program. I'm the program. All the way to Nagazi to look at that screw with the whatever the man na Twitter. So yes, I just or if I listen to will be with but I drop that not in freedom. So yeah, we this year have a the Biafra yeah, think of everybody of Balanaga. When you got the Balanaga that buy what original. When you got that buy what fake. When you got that buy what I am a munka. Is it how we are going to get this freedom? I know what I'm saying. So we are in a serious mess. Hello?
I'm now busy.
I'm man. So we are trying the problem. So automatically,
I know what answer. Mbao. I know an answer.
In the real sense, right now, Martin and problem. Mark Simon with the Mark peace, I will in the Biafra. So this is not like that. There's a party that's why I'm that time. Into the Prime Minister Simon now, that toy and for all those things, toy and then the person who have the finance ministers, Manipolo who had the chief of staff, Manipolo who had the PM, then when anything happened, how many Simon abandoned? They claim to not have a prime minister. Automatically, yeah, we Simon
exactly.
They don't never know or is it possible somebody no more like it was big? I'm trying to big. I think never go away. So here they couldn't got to it's in able CRC. It's in able Biafran Governing Council. Every government that we are councillor, where are you governing that?
Na social media.
It's in able CRC.
By it
where are you governing that? It's in able GPL. Biafra is a government. Where is that government working? These people want to come and see you. Maybe that government
and when this kind of program, this man will be joy ajuju. Nowhere to see that BPM. Ramaro question not here. Nowhere to see that APM. Nowhere to see Mama de Abona Vamba. Nowhere to see them. How was it not here?
Since all this one all this awareness, Kembo Habaguru, did you push this man up, he creates awareness. Now this man they make for how many months now or how many weeks? This man they preach for this Biafra freedom. Okay, after going to this program, this man goes to get the town hall meeting.
When they host town hall meeting, Obieze. Eben goes on abu golo Fulani, commander-in-chief of terrorists na Gwanda na China Biafra Biago. Mana this man can kwoku na de je me gaye aka de je Biafra. Even that right correspond even ngozi na ekwu ihe mo ka na ekwu. The same thing oge ngbele so na Biafra has come.
Onye ọbụla were ego ya, he will not win a group of kids, not win a group of not win a group.
Oh my God.
He just will ego you, not in those they waste a group.
Oh my God. The only thing Obieze na imwifene nyem joy here. Na this man gwara fa safer that na if you have to do even the young paketa who kawadi da mazen to awadi da mazen na the can yesi we puta.
But also even no give push in the European Parliament.
Yes.
They recognize the Martin that can get award.
Oh.
For fighting for his people.
Oh, you see.
We're not using God or Abraham. Okay,
Oh, biara foko inda ni na jananya. Oh my God. Obiezena. This man. Hey. Obiezena, this man is God sent though. Oh, God sent. Oh, no, Obiazi life.
What they don't know is bigger than them. Because when we got anyway in any capacity of and also Google financial secretary, Google treasurer, Google vice president, Google president. Then they will say you are president. Then the vice president they may need to know I find the president. The secretary may need to know then they layman say the local level is more praise. Most of us I'm going to different meetings, both my town union, both my church, different groups of each. And president, one vice, one secretary, one financial secretary, one treasurer, one provost. For example, the president of that organization a mayor just ordinary police that mayor is and notify the organization, the union. No need to say okay, not that. Then this group all this rubbish here. Can you for the past 1 year? After this prime minister in the race, he perhaps maybe deputy prime minister, even DPM.
Nothing.
Acting prime minister.
Ebe achọrọ ka ọ nwee ebe ahụ. O nwere nke chọrọ ka ọ pụta.
So ihe dị n'ụwa abụ ike iji wee sike amanye onye ọzọ. Na ha ga-eji mara gị.
Sure.
Ekpere ha na-ekpere Simon Ekpa obe ihe ha na-ekpere ọhịa ga-eme ha. Because one nke mmadụ ga-apụtara dị n'ebube ya.
O ya apụta n'ebube ya.
Mgbe oge Chukwu ji wee ruo.
Yes.
And ọ dị impossible etu ha nọ kịta dịka isi were ekpe ejela. Asị na chọrọ inye Biafra iresi Biafra flag.
Echeza ya na DSS, cheza bata obie na
I got to preach the automatic land because all you have to face of Biafra. All that because I got to Finland. Donald Trump kita more phone kita more Prime Minister Finland.
Even this man push. Oh, and that holds through this man. You watching and that can even each this man now where that ring here what did the master now the can of Batobi, especially on Batobi and Europe. Ebe this man no.
I therefore take with a map. Otu aka Trump ga-esiwesi ka je Simon Ekpa na prison na Finland.
Na ibe nke ewu ana m regret gịnị mere meji bazima.
Ihe dị good eto chi were mo.
Ado gịnị ọtọ kam
because ihe akịda mere kịta da mee akwa people. Ihe dị la ihe na-ekwu. Akwụnye la ihe na-ebe. Na fight every day against these people na ndị ahụ ndị otu ka ha bụ. Ha chọrọ ile ụsapụ. Of which everything needs everything like television on board. Opportunity to address our issue.
Opportunity.
Yeah, we have to so region police don't have number one.
You know how number one. Nando Kaza. Nando Kaza. No, Nanke University, University are the most useless and the hopeless man in Nando. Very useless people. No go kwala akwụkwọ na asụ oyibo. Hey. Mwa mbọ na-ekwu okwu a ọdụ nka m mia na mbọ na-ekwu okwu a.
Enwe akwụkwọ ha bụ ndị a na-ekwu ndị akụrụ ka ha chere. Na njikọta okwu all of them bụ ndị agụrụ. Na Germany ọ nọ ihe ọ na-eme na Germany.
Hey. Because I say, now about the man see na program nwoke mmadụ ka ị bịara ịsa biko you give our information minister a time.
Local government without pressure. My father, meet the German chancellor. Can you hear me like Germany? Hold on,
Nanda wolom nane. Awokam. Awolom.
Ihe a bụ nọmasị kwesịrị ime ka ndị be anyị were kwe ebe a nọ.
Hey! Otu
Ọ ga-abụ
opportunity.
ị na-ekwu ihe anyị na-ekwu. I nwee concrete evidence. Because ihe a kịta dị ọ dị important advice we put ime ya na life. Iweta ihe a ga-eti ihe a from beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Then one by one. Ị na-akọwa
Wana bụ dị ajụjụ majụrụ. Yes, echi niile anyị eme. Echi niile.
Agreement niile a mmadụ ịbịara ọ dị form of
ha furu isi ha.
Trump na ndị Biafra in fact. Ndị Biafra pụtazie n'ọfisi Trump bido na-alụsị onwe ha. N'ọmụnwa bụ original, n'ọmụnwa bụ fake, n'ọmụnwa bụ original, n'ọmụnwa bụ fake. Ihe bụ ihe a na-asụta flex. Onye ụlọ ya na-akpọ ha na-achụ oge. Ọ ndị na every weekend ha ji were ego na-atụ.
Nna Chineke. Opportunity ya
na ha ji meet Simon Ekpa na Zoom. Na o mere Zoom meeting. Ihe adịghị kasị. Ashi everywhere. Ashi everywhere.
Asi everywhere. Nna m obi eze na ndochi.
Ekele dị Chineke for your good job, please. For at least create this awareness, our people will forget.
Yes.
Akwanyela in all the time. Have everything.
Hey, don't know.
They will not understand. But it's why she goes here. We don't want to fear.
Hey, don't know. Achifo. Hey, awụrụ ole ụmụ Igbo mụrụ nze m ọzọ. Ofu opportunity anyị nwere. Otu mkpụrụ opportunity anyị nwere. Nwoke a were nwee ike isi na special for Biafra today. Hey, awụrụ ole Chineke bikonu. Opportunity ya bịakwakwanụ next week where kedu ibe ya eji nwoke a college imekwa program gbasara Biafra again with this kind of people bịara jụ ajụjụ tata ọwụrụ gị kedu ibe ya eji courage ibi imekwukwa ọzọ nke a na-akpọ chairman this man n'oge nkele kedu ebe o luru this one n'oge nkele. Kedu ebe o luru this one na Ngozi Olabugoro Fulani? Na mara ha kwesịrị ịbịa na Zoom and this man ma the reason o ji wee mee this Zoom program today. Ịmara ndị ọcha dị eme ihe na nkịtị. Ndị ọcha don't do something just ka emenya. This man would have come and read these people and for all of them they are useless, all of them are fake. How can you do something with these people? Echini Nakita information minister Ogen Kela, but in office this man on the phone. Who are you? Ongoza Nabugoro Fulani, who are you? Hey, Ogini no. I wouldn't know that actually I'm na Twitter. Yakaba feel the man on email. That take life for had they been inside the Twitter. This rubbish man are calling me Twitter. Yakafa you web button this Twitter, this man Twitter today program. With you hope not the same system. Kiwele for this alama jiri babi yala useless people. Ojaka for life. Omo nke nwere bread. What a shame. The same na akụkọ ejikwere gbuo na Sokoto, ejikwere gbuo na Kaduna, ejikwere gbuo 100. Christian and suffer kejas na the man be for Christian. This man be for Biafra o dekwere ye de na headline Biafra this thing. O dekwere ye de one of Moses no Christian genocide. Oh no, na even in Nigeria. Talk about yourself. Talk about your freedom. Ask the important question. No. Everyone are question when get serious. Saboteurs everywhere. All of them. Do you know how we are going to disgrace them? because I can never making a rest of mind. No disgrace all these useless people. Then at this Twitter, thank God that I'm got opportunity to stream one ya. And when I'm opportunity the way stream what this program. So Otuan stream we are going to go into and thank God they put more kunya. Can that do very bad again to how stupid hand? Man can start karawa. But even na Chimeka Biafrans man de buy man that na program I work abasa ngozo la bugolo frani or basa ho oge nkele na ndo tie I obasa emama da bu ya Biafra o ka nji we banye and the nji we stream because of that Biafra ha or the ogusia this man dey kuma ka Biafra or Biafra this party or this party or this party or Biafra Biafra ogusia and I can ji we stream and that I'm happy na stream re. Because on a mainstream, I'm going to be a colony even though time that this is Zuma today. You will win. Thank God. So it's Nine. Can call university. Therefore, the kind stupid out. Who the kind of work all do you try Biafra? Better different one in the whole world. Do you get a Biafra that he care well into 2, into 3, money, so far money as raw. Na okay na ma bu umunne biko asun Chineke gozele mo Chineke gozele mo no ola dole de kam na enye unu umunne m ogologo ndụ n'ala isi ka asị Chukwu ya biko ya wele gozele mo no ụtụtụ na ehihie na abalị ka chi fo na ụmụ aja ani ka chi fo no Chukwu m gozele mo no umunne ka ọ dị na echi niile bye bye no bye bye no umunne bye bye